My name is Aaron Cole. My name is.
Hey, yo, cut. Hey, yo, cut the music.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, cut the music. Hey, yo, I interrupt your daily scheduled broadcast to let you know you're in the field with the Trackstarz. This is one of the loudest hip-hop radio shows on the face of the planet.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know.
Hey, yo, cut the music. Hey, yo, I interrupt your daily scheduled broadcast to let you know you're in the field with the Trackstarz. This is one of the loudest hip-hop radio shows on the face of the planet.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. This episode is sponsored by Unapologeticmerch.com, man. Make sure you go out there and check out Unapologetic Merch. It is awesome, man. We are in the building, Trackstarz, for another week, man. Jeremiah, how you feeling, bro?
Good, man. Good. Everything's going well.
Yeah? How's everything going, Maya?
Been a good week. A busy week, but a good week.
Yeah.
I'm glad we made it through.
Yeah, man. Well, look, shout out, man, to the homie Sean Tanner. Him and Mrs. Grant, they're expecting their first child. So I'm sitting in at the helm for the next couple of weeks.
There you go.
Yes, and
Captain
so
seat.
I'm already gonna put my disclaimers out there. I don't want to hear from Nathan, right? Because Nathan's always jawing me, talking about how my production skills aren't up to par, right? I don't want to hear from him, and also don't want to hear from anybody on our team that's got jokes, right? Just let me be, man. Just let me be. Let me do my thing, all right? So today, man, I love it when the news is full of good content.
Yeah.
Because it makes for a good show, right? And
Yeah.
so there's just so much going on right now. And I can't believe in this day and age we're still dealing with blackface. Right?
Yeah.
I can't believe that we're still dealing with blackface. And it's understandable coming from people who may have done something in their past, like the fact that it happened years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
But to be at 2019 and to have Gucci make a mistake like they did is unacceptable. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
if you don't know, Gucci put out a sweater, and it goes up your neck and all the way up to your mouth, and it was a black sweater, and it had red lips, and there was a Caucasian female wearing the sweater, and it was very close in resemblance to blackface. And I just cannot believe that people with a multi-billion-dollar windfall and endowment can sit there and make this type of decision in a boardroom and just say, oh, this is okay, right? And nobody weighs in to say that this is unacceptable or inappropriate. And I just don't understand where we're coming from these days. It just doesn't make sense to me that we would be, in Black History Month, right?
Yeah.
And have to deal with this. And so it's really, really a sad situation that they would have to actually come out and apologize for this.
But is it really blackface?
Office, if you know that's what you've done.
Everybody has a past, though. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody does. You
But-
know, we have a past.
Right, we have
BC.
a past. I get it, and that's the thing. I won't run for office for some of the things that are in my past, right? Because I know it's going to come back
But
to get me.
That would disqualify everybody if that were the case. I mean, at the end of the day, all you really have to stand on right now is your character and who you are as a person right now.
So let me give you this example. I could run for office because a lot of major scandals that you would say, well, oh, you know, that's a disqualifier. That isn't associated with me. Like my issue is probably going to be you going back to my high school and finding out that I had a record for suspension and expulsion, right?
Okay.
That would be my thing.
That's not a thing.
You said it's not a thing. Why you say that?
It's not a bad thing. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, you having an expulsion or suspension as a kid is nothing. You know what I mean? Especially to stop you from, moving on for public office. That's nothing.
If I'm a
That's
Christian,
nothing.
if I'm a Christian, right, and I go for public office, guarantee you they're gonna find a way to spin what I did in high school as violence.
Everybody would.
Bro, like, to be honest, okay, so in what, elementary, middle school, right? Like, I was suspended every single year, at least 4 times. Does that make
my.
sense? Like, every single year, at least
Okay.
4 times. From, like, I want to say from, like, what, 4th grade to,
Like I
what,
could
9th
vouch.
grade?
Tell us
I mean,
what-
no, I'm sorry, not you.
You were a preaching prodigy at what, like 12?
I mean, I was preaching at the time. But I was
And
like,
being expelled.
I was
and
suspended
suspended.
all
Why?
the time.
Why was you getting suspended?
Fighting, like kicking people, like doing crazy stuff. I mean, just annoying
And then preaching
stuff.
the
like,
word of
whatever.
God. And then preaching the word of God.
Well, I mean, I needed Jesus, right? Obviously.
Laying hands on them.
I mean, no, seriously, like there was, I get in trouble for that too. Does that make sense? Like if you go preach, then I had to sit out for like a month because I was like on suspension or something like that. Like it'd be all kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
that stuff doesn't stop you from being a better, being a great adult. Does that make sense?
No, I agree. I'm just saying everybody has a past. So you kind of have to, that's a chance everybody takes. You know what I mean? The goal, though, is to make sure that your life as it stands today is not, in conflict with who you purport yourself to be, the image that you put out there.
I mean, okay, so why is it that the past haunts people so much? Now, good, I'll say this, right? I'll say this. If there's like obvious stuff in your past that doesn't seem to be going today, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then I can see that. But I mean, if it's just stuff in your past, like why does that kill people from doing stuff that they're trying to do now?
Because I think
Because it seems like
Social
over and over
media,
again.
that's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. And babe, say what you said to me about social media. About people.
I don't remember what we were talking about, but I was saying one of the problems with social media is it makes everybody think that their opinion matters. And I know that sounds cold
Yeah.
and cruel, but
No,
I
that's
mean,
that's good. I like
it's not
that.
the truth, though.
I like that.
and,
That's a good
and
line.
that's the problem with it is. It's that, like, you say something about it. If you say something crazy, that is not like really like out there, but for somebody else that's angry, that's hating you, that don't like you, that don't like what you stand for, they're gonna magnify it to like a gasoline fire when it's just like a little blaze. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So going back to the conversation with the blackface, right? So this Virginia governor came out and said, like, you know, there's a yearbook photo where there's a blackface character and a Ku Klux Klan character standing next to each other, right? And so he came out and apologized for the photo.
What year was that? Do you know?
He was in high school.
Okay.
So he was in high
He
school.
said he was trying to dress
It
up
was
like
in the
Michael
80s.
Jackson. Yeah. So.
Well, no, that was the thing. He said.
Then why was he wearing blackface?
But here's the thing.
He wasn't
oh
black.
Mike, Thriller Mike.
He came back. He came back and said, even though it was attached to his yearbook picture, his yearbook page picture,
That wasn't him.
it wasn't him, right? He was like, because I remember if I had done that, but I do remember dressing up as Michael Jackson and putting on shoe polish and doing the moonwalk and winning a contest for it, right? And so the issue is,
can't.
why did you agree that was you in the photo the first time you released, right? And then why'd you come back the second time to say it wasn't you? And if you watch the interview, it's really crazy because his wife is looking at him the whole time like, you know you're lying, I know you're lying, whatever. And she's like giving him
God
cues
help
on
us
what to
with our
say
facial
because he's
expressions.
not getting it himself.
Yeah.
And so that was one thing, right? And then the second issue was there was another person, an attorney general in Virginia, who actually did the same exact thing, right? Because he had scarred the first guy for doing it, and then was like, oh yeah, but I did it too. So it's crazy. So. And it was because someone else called him out on it. It was like, hey, you know you did that. I was in the room when you did
Honestly,
it.
high
Here's the
school and
question.
college people wild out like that. I mean, people did blackface parties, didn't they?
Yeah, they're back in it. They still do. What is it about?
Where they doing it at?
What is
Yeah,
it?
this girl did it on
No.
Facebook Live. It was crazy.
No,
What,
no,
blackface party?
it's y'all,
Yeah,
y'all,
it's
y'all never
real.
saw Dear
Wait,
White People.
Caucasian individuals
Y'all
that
saw the
doing
movie?
blackface
A
party?
little bit.
You saw the movie
That
Dear
was-
White People?
That was one of the.
That's
real.
based on like Dear White People. They did. I know it was a movie, but they took some stuff showing that some white kids at colleges do blackface parties, but
Yeah.
and they look ghetto and they look hood and all like that.
Is it come dressed as your favorite black person? No, is that the party theme?
No, I
or
think-
is it this is a blackface party come as a
No,
racist individual?
I don't think
Yeah.
it comes as a racist individual. I think it's coming like thug party or this party. So you'll see some white guy in blackface with a bandana
Got
and
it,
with a
got
do
it.
rag and
So
doing like this and something like that.
thug
you know what I mean?
parties,
So,
No,
but I'm just saying that's
blackface.
happening on college campuses. That's
blackface thug
yeah,
parties.
Today.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
but I guess the question is this:
We need to regulate that.
is the newer generation, are they just influenced by hip hop to the point where they want to be black? You know what I'm saying? So they do this so they want to be black, or is it?
Jeremiah.
No, I'm asking a real question.
No, they don't get a pass for.
I'm not
for
giving them the pass. I'm
attempted
asking
racism.
I'm asking a question.
I don't know. Like I look at Fresh Off the Boat, right? Like
Yeah.
You
so,
love Fresh Off the
I
Boat.
do. But there's a kid on there, right? Eddie Wong, right? And so he is heavily influenced by black culture,
Yeah.
right? And so every day, like he dresses, you know what I mean, like what some people would call
Yeah.
like black wear.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And as you watch him, as he gets older, he continues to do that.
Yeah.
Right now, Eddie Wong, if you look at pictures of him, you pull it up, right? He's an
Yeah.
older guy. He still dresses in that hip hop fashion, right?
Gotcha.
So I don't get offended by him doing that. I want to say mostly probably because I see it as he's just influenced by the hip hop culture.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of what it is.
And that's what I'm saying, because I remember when I remember seeing when a group of college students graduated, and they had Drake's song "We Made It," but they
Yeah.
had the whole thing on a banner, and they were happy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like brothers, we've made it.
Yeah, yeah. Ends, we made it. So the thing was like, are you mad at them for doing that, or are you mad because they love the song so much that and they're graduating saying we made it?
I'm mad because they feel like they can do it.
Yeah.
But should I be mad? I'm not sure.
Because the influencers,
Yeah.
I'm
we're the
kinda mad.
influencers.
hearing
the
about
deal.
it.
I'm not giving them a pass because it's wrong, but we're the influencers. So as the influencers, it's like
You're saying we're part of the problem.
I'm not saying
Or
we're
we
a
are the
part of the
problem.
problem, but I'm just saying we have
I
to
mean,
understand.
we all didn't
You
make
got a
songs.
line though. There's a line. There's a line. It's one thing to dress black. It's another thing to put on blackface. It's one thing
That's true.
to rock Drake's "We Made It." It's another
Yeah.
thing to use the N-word. Like
Yeah.
there is a line.
Yeah.
But
And
he
if you
says
don't
it
know
in
what
the
the line
song.
is, then find your nearest black person and ask them.
Wait.
That's all I'm saying.
Can I ask you a question? Reversal wise, like, what's our line to them? Like, what can't we do, right, that would
Nothing.
offend all
Nut-
Caucasian people?
Ooh.
Oh, succeed in life?
No,
Maybe become a millionaire?
Oh.
That's not gonna make
Maybe
them all
Be
mad.
have
the
your own
president.
business, your own
Become
company?
president.
I'm just saying.
That's gonna make them mad.
Become
That's
president.
crossing the line.
Dang, Maya.
Some. Let's,
Our private conversations are coming out. Dang.
So okay, look, some people, right? Some people that can't handle it, right? But I'll say this, like, you know,
I didn't know that was offensive.
race is. We're gonna get into this, right? Because we got another conversation
I gotta
about
watch
this to come
myself.
up. That's coming up. But here's what you got to understand, right? Everybody doesn't treat race the same. Everybody
Yeah.
doesn't view it the same, and everybody is not guilty of not knowing or understanding what really happened, right?
Yeah.
We had this conversation with our team in the past, and we know that there's things we have to tell them about our culture and our
Yeah.
history, and it's nothing against them not knowing or not being sensitive to it or compassionate, because they are, right?
Yeah.
They are. But here's the thing. Our brothers and our sisters, they see us first as Christians. They don't see us
They do.
as color. So I
Hopefully.
want to definitely
Hopefully.
draw the line that no one is saying that we're generalizing a whole group of people
Yeah.
or a skin color or anything like that, because we're not. But we're saying the ones who are offended by it are the ones that can't take it, are the ones that we have the problem with.
Looking like I am.
So that's all I'm saying. But here's the thing. When there was a movie, I can't remember which one. It might have been White Chicks, right?
Oh,
Where
okay,
they
yeah.
were sitting in the car.
Yeah.
And they pulled up next to some kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like using the N-word or listening to hip hop, and they were trying to be thugs and that kind of thing, right? I get it. There is a lot about our culture that is cool,
It's
that is
attractive.
inspired. It can be inspiring. It can be attractive. It can be all those things, right? But I also think there's a way for you to acknowledge it. There's a way for you to enjoy it where you don't have to publicly do anything offensive. Like, don't go. I'm not telling any young person to go in their room and just start spouting the N-word because they're
Yeah.
behind closed doors. I do think the government is listening. If you ever run for president, that might watch that.
Somebody is doing that though. You guys heard about it. Put this on our group me, right? Like there was this one black guy who was saying like let the young Caucasian kids say the N-word. Like
Oh, he
what's
made
the
a song
problem?
about that,
yeah.
yeah.
Let
I
them
didn't
say
say
the
that.
N-word. Like oh you haven't
Who
seen it
said
yet?
that?
Oh there's this
And
kid
then
like
y'all-
he's online.
What
can't forget
color is
the-
the kid?
He's black.
The
Oh,
preacher
wow.
rapper. that
He's like
Jesus
let
is
him
my
say
end.
it. Like why are we
Oh, my
tripping?
gosh. Not my
Yeah.
homeboy. He's my end.
But could we have flipped it? Could we have done? Well, I don't know. Could a group of Caucasian individuals have got together, right, and done a movie called Black Chicks, right, the way we did White Chicks, and would anybody have been offended by it?
Sure would.
Yeah,
We'd have been all upset.
That would've
Hell
not-
yeah.
That wouldn't have not made it to the theaters. The
Veggie curse
thought
word.
of it would have been protested.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot to there's a lot to take in when you're talking about history and you're talking about right now and you're
Broccoli.
talking about things that we deal
Hell
with
yeah.
and things that we go through and how we're affected by it. But there's also a social responsibility, y'all, that you have to be aware
It
of.
is.
So
But I don't think the younger generation. No, I mean I'm thinking now they're starting to know, but I think younger white kids don't know. They enjoy the music so much that they're like, and I'm not giving nobody a pass. I'm just saying they enjoy the
think we
music because
have.
the popular music right now is hip hop. It's been hip hop for about almost 20 years or going on 20 years. That is the most popular music. So in their iPods, it's not just rock, country, whatever. It's Drake, it's Kendrick, it's Chance the Rapper. It's all these type of people, and they're listening to them, and they're enjoying the music.
So what are we saying? They're honoring the culture?
I'm
Are they
not
honoring
I'm
us
not
when
saying
they
they're
do this?
honoring the culture. I'm saying they just as we repeat lyrics of any CHH artist that we like and say it boldly and confidently and those lyrics gives us confidence, that same way gives them confidence.
You mean spot like when they say the N-word right confidently, they you know what I mean, they feel it.
No, I'm not saying
Oh.
they
You
feel
should
it.
do
I'm just
that.
saying it's almost like a connect. You know when you on stage, and you're
Yeah.
a good example of this. and somebody knows your lyrics and
Yeah.
you rocking with them, that's how they feel about that. Are they wrong for rocking with the person because they feel the lyrics of the song?
Now I've seen Kendrick do this, right? Like I've seen Kendrick like pull somebody up
Yeah,
on
he
stage. There was
did.
Remember that girl
Yeah.
who got on stage and he was
like,
was
"Don't
rapping
you do
lyrics
it."
and she was rapping the N-word. He was like,
Yeah.
hold on, wait. He grabbed the mic,
Yeah.
stopped and be like, you can't do that.
There you go.
but he knew.
The line.
Everybody
he knew,
knows.
though. He knew. Kendrick,
Everybody knows
no
in
doubt
America, like
Kendrick
this
Lamar
isn't cool.
knew.
Don't do this.
In his mind, Kendrick like, this girl's about to go all the way because she feels what
No,
I'm
he
saying.
saw her do it. He
No,
thought
but
she would
he-
stop.
No, he didn't think she was stopping. He knew she was gonna go all the way.
He didn't know.
So did he do
Then
that
why-
to make
then
a
why- then why he
spectacle of
bring-
her?
Then why
No,
he
he just
bring her?
stopped her.
It was a teachable moment. Kendrick is a teacher.
Don't give Kendrick that.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't give
He
Kendrick
is.
No,
no,
he is,
no.
though.
He
He is a
is. He
teacher.
is. But don't
He
give
knew
Kendrick that.
that
Don't
young
give
white
him
girl
that.
was gonna say
Don't
the
no.
rest of
He
their
didn't know that. He didn't know. It wasn't like
I
a
think he
strategic
did.
move to bring
I
her
think he
up,
did.
I think he
have her
did.
do it, and
He
then
did.
teach America.
It was a
Stop
teachable
it.
I think
Stop
he
it.
did.
No, you're giving
The
Kendrick
question
too much
is the
credit.
motive. Was it to put her on blast, or was it to educate, to use that
It
platform
wasn't.
to educate
It was
and
to
say,
bring us-
here's a line,
No.
do not cross it.
No, it was.
That's
a-
what it
Here's the
was.
line.
It was to bring a fan
Do
on
not cross
stage
it.
and to make the show hype.
He
That
had
was the
millions
vibe.
He had thousands of fans in that arena.
It
Why
was-
didn't he just pick her?
It was anybody. Look, you look in the stage, somebody's
Nah.
rapping, you bring them up.
Nah.
No. You are giving Kendrick way too much credit.
No.
You can ask Kendrick. Kendrick will probably not say, "Oh yeah, I
No,
did it
Kendrick is
strategically. I
heady.
wanted to stop it."
It's heady.
Oh
It's
my-
not like we're talking about. I won't put another name out there, but
So,
there are plenty
wait,
other people we can
wait,
be talking
Kendrick
about.
Is,
and that
so
wouldn't be the case.
Kendrick is so forward thinking, right? He brought the lady up on stage knowing that she would say the word,
Well-
and then
You
he
really
won
think
it.
so?
Here's the thing.
No,
You
I don't think he
no,
did that.
I do, because when you're performing
I
and you
think he
watch
responded.
people in like rock with you, like
Uh-huh.
you can tell who knows your words,
Yeah.
who doesn't.
Yeah.
You can tell who's all the way in it with you and who's not. So
Absolutely.
he probably has scoped her out. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And you think he grabbed her and said, "Hey, come on up here. I want to teach America a lesson."
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Y'all really think that?
Yes.
This
Both
is
of y'all?
America.
His albums.
You
teaches
think that
people-
and
This
you
is
think that?
America.
Both of y'all think that?
I
Come
just
on.
don't. I don't agree with that. I don't.
Nah,
I
it's not
think
true.
that's-
Kendrick wasn't like, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring her up here and I'm gonna teach all of white America a lesson today." Stop
Hey.
it. Stop it. He responded.
When Trackstarz has him in the studio, I'm being prophetic. Y'all can ask him.
You gonna ask him?
Y'all can ask him.
I
I,
want
you
might
to
be
be
here.
Let's
want
wait
you
on
to
that
be
day
there.
then. Let's wait on that day.
Forward,
Brian
wait on
let
that
me
day.
know.
forward thinking.
Brian be like, nah.
I will.
son.
I just don't want them
All-knowing
to know.
Kendrick.
You wouldn't do the interview.
Just don't want them to know what I think about his voice though.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Everybody likes Kendrick, right?
It's not an
except for
instrument to me.
Ryan.
It's not an instrument to the beat. Now Drake.
Oh,
Drake.
my.
Yeah, Drake. Anyway,
Oh,
you're in the
my.
field with the track stars. We'll get back to some more music. You're in the field. Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Miracle from Trackstarz. I wanted to make sure you all know all about the official
Yeah, y'all made me nervous.
Trackstarz universe. If
Y'all
you
start talking about-
It all goes with blackface.
Forward thinking Kendrick. So
The N word,
all-knowing
blackface all
Kendrick.
go hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, you're partially right. Like, they don't teach black history like in schools and that anymore. So it's not like, so they probably don't know. It's black kids that don't know their black history. It's black kids that don't know who Harriet Tubman is right now. Like, legit.
I believe that.
So
I'm gonna ask my students.
and you wonder, oh, why are y'all okay with this? Because they don't know.
Harriet
Either.
Tubman is?
If I don't know to be offended,
She
then
worked
I
down the
won't
street,
be.
don't she?
Work down the street.
And she a professor.
But what ends up being birthed out of this
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
those kids grow up, finally find out what really went down, and then it happens.
She
Then
the
it
lunch
becomes
lady, ain't
Black
she?
Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
What happens is those kids grow up
That's
not
right.
knowing black history. Then they find out about black history.
Yo, you should do
Black
that.
kids are doing,
You should
like,
ask
crazy
people
stuff.
who
They're
like
oh,
famous
snap.
black
They
people
become
and see
super
what they do,
hardcore.
and ask them no,
Black
and put
Lives
an
Matter type
ABC
shit.
like multiple choice.
They
They
go
go
extremist.
lunch lady.
And then
Tell
they
people
fuck with
what-
it.
I would do that.
Like
Yo,
your
mother
Catholic
teacher.
schoolgirl, except different race.
Oh, good.
It's like, yeah.
In that case, stay here as long as you can.
Whereas if they knew this from while growing up, they could have, their behavior would have been normalized by now.
Yeah.
And instead, it has to happen at the
And this one kid did a phenomenal job of teaching me a little bit more about George Washington Carver than I knew.
Oh, sure. Jeremiah. In the entertainment report, don't forget to switch it off at the end for me to update my.
I thought he wasn't gonna be here.
He's not here.
He's invisible. I'm invisible.
Yeah,
Nobody's technically seen him yet.
He's just making sure.
They actually did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they made a comment. They said Sean looks different.
But yeah.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of them really don't know. I've heard black kids. I've heard little black kids be like, black people ain't do nothing for America. Little black kids think that because they never got taught the other stuff that we did.
How old are these little black kids?
5, 6, 7 years old. We're talking elementary school kids, not people who are already adult. People who are generation, like the most recent generation that happened. They don't know. They don't know. And if they do know, it's not because of the school. It's because of their parents.
Because if they're there, then what I'm saying is like I said, I've seen little kids teach me about these stuff.
And that's fine, but did they get it from school or did they get it from their parents?
They were in school when I was judging the contest.
They were in school, but did they get it from the school? Did the school teach
Yeah,
that?
the school was encouraging them.
The school encouraged them, but did they teach it to them? That's what I'm saying. Did the school tell them this person invented this thing?
Yeah.
And this person was black and they invented this thing? Are they saying that? That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
The school taught them, and they were telling me.
Now, can you confirm this across the board?
Real quick. Do you
Not
have,
all
do you
across
have
the
a
board.
recommendation this week that has nothing to do with you? Like, I mean, we can't talk about MTMB. We can't talk
Yeah,
about.
I heard you. I got you.
No, I'm just saying that's the thing. We're supposed to be recommending like stuff. So what you got? Do you
I got
look
some.
something up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some.
You did some protective this week.
Huh?
You did some protective. You shout out to biomedical book. Whatever you taught students this week. How long cell splits and divides or whatever. Tell us what it's about.
I was able to clear. Trey, I was able to clear 2 full 128 gig cards. That should last at least 4 weeks.
I just have to check this one.
And then you also still have down. Yep. So you shouldn't have to do anything but put it.
So we take the sound out of YouTube, like doing the music down. Oh, okay. Somebody was asking about that.
That's fine.
Oh, they was asking about something. Camille's answering them very well.
But yeah, that's the crazy thing. The black.
Because somebody says no sound here and they don't hear no sound.
A black history.
There's no sound?
I
That's
fixed
what
that
they
already.
sound.
She can find out.
You got sound, babe, on yours?
I turned it down because I don't want to
Okay.
interrupt.
Shonda's listening to
So
it.
it was up.
All right,
when I
17
tried to
seconds.
bring it
Who's
up.
coming in?
Alright, this is entertainment report. Yeah. I wish they knew. I wish. Because a lot of people wouldn't do this stuff if they really knew.
All right, here we go.
It's time for the entertainment report with Jeremiah.
All right, entertainment report time. Let's get it going, man. All right, man. Shout out to Kanata Smalls. If y'all don't know, he was formerly of Rayma Soul. He's actually married to Butter P.
Yep.
He got a placement in the Fast and Furious serious new movie, Hobbs and Shaw.
Whoa, is another one coming out?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Not Fast and Furious, but there's a spinoff
Separate franchise.
with The Rock and Jason Statham's character.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but
Okay.
he got a placement in that. So congratulations to him. 1K Few recently revealed that the release date of his new project, What's Understood. Now he's dropping the track listings and features. No Big Deal, Ty Brazzle, What Up RG, KB, and Paris Charles. He has different producers for every song as well. Cardiac, Camden Bench, 30 Wine, 19-7, and Paradise, and to name some other few as well. So congratulations to 1K Few. That will be dropping very, very soon, so look out on that. The single is out already, so be on the lookout for. Go get that joint. NF has been talking to his fans recently. NF has been relatively quiet on social media front in the past few months. The other night he took to Instagram Live to update his fans on what's going on. He admitted it's something rarely he does. Some of the takeaways from it was that he's in a really good place. He's trying to figure out how to put together meaningful and impactful music while being so happy because he just got married recently. He also said he's been chugging around every day working on his next record with Tommy Prophet. I think that's the guy who's been producing the majority of his album. There's no time frame yet. The video was interesting because it was him being open and interactive. You could tell he was a little uncomfortable Regardless, he gave his fans what they were looking for. So y'all ready for the new NF album?
Yeah, you know we are.
Okay. All right, comment section sponsors Chris, Church in the Trap, Ray Turner, To Whom He Chose, and Tyler Bunk. Move on. All right, Heesan Lee, Flying Cars EP pre-order, Evan and Iris, Seasons pre-order, 1K Few, What's Understood pre-order, Zay Hill, Red Ranger Part 3, E HUD, Headshot, CJ King, Broken Melodies, Byron Jawan, Elevate single, Sellers Hamilton, Skin So Soft single, Rockstar JT, Drip Bayless single, Corey Rise, Can't Believe It single. I got 2 free downloads of the week. One is Kevin Moore's Gas Me Up and Nerva, Dear Wife. And Ryan, what's up?
Yeah, man. So I'm shouting out a couple of people this week, man. We had Rap Type Magazine out in South Africa. Some really good brothers that published an article on Trackstarz this week. And Rap Type, man, they've been doing their thing. They were founded in 2014, and they've just been making a splash. They got a lot of underground talent. So this is for all the artists out there. If you don't know, South Africa has a market of just music that they're looking to grab a hold of and also send out. So if you're thinking about it, don't just limit yourself to the United States. Make sure that you go out there and find these different places that will play your music, because it's all over the place. So make sure you do yourself that favor. And you can find them at www.raptypemag.co.za. And they're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And I just had a great conversation with one of our partners, man. Shout out to Power77Radio.com. They are in Dallas, and they're doing some amazing things, man. I'm super excited about what they're going to be doing. They were very interested in knowing more about the positive music movement. So if you guys don't know, the positive music movement is out there. We were published last week on Hype Magazine. The Hype Magazine published an article on Trackstarz, so that was really dope. We're working on a couple of more publications in the month of March. So everything we said we were going to do in 2019, investing and putting Nectar out there on the forefront, and also talking about the positive music movement, that thing is happening. But my recommendation this week, man, I want you guys to check out a podcast solely talking about music distribution. They've got some great interviews, including with Amazon Business. They got also like all the stuff that's going out around your music, how you can get publishing, how you can get your rights recorded, how you can get everything that you want to be legit, so that you make sure that you are fully licensed with your music and everything is on you. So make sure you check it out, man. It is called the Positive Music Podcast. It's actually called the Modern Music Podcast. So make sure you check them out, man. They are a great opportunity for you to get educated on what you're doing distribute-wise. What you got, Rick?
Yeah. So this week, a few things happened. I just want to chime in a little bit more on the Broken Melodies joint. The Broken Melodies album I thought was dope, right? Like I listened, by CJ King. I thought that was incredible. I was watching Hulu, and I saw a couple of commercials, right? I don't know if you guys know about this, but John Legend is in these commercials with Pampers, right? And so he's on the commercial, but then I kept seeing Belief on those same commercials. And so if you look at the Pampers commercials, you can see Belief on there. So shout out Belief. I mean, I shouted him out yesterday on Twitter. Let him know that I saw him. So send him some encouragement. That's super cool that he's doing that. He's also trying to start I think another podcast channel or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that was one thing I saw. So I guess recommendation this week is to show Belief some love.
Yeah, and I want to shout out Jeremiah too. Your next up list.
Yeah.
That was dope, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, how'd you come up with that?
Just looking at different artists and seeing what they were doing, and just seeing the music, listening to the music, getting some of the submissions in the Line for Line Showdown, and then just knowing about different artists that's been out for a while. So yeah, man, that's what I'm doing. 2020, I'm looking at people now for 2020. So yeah, man.
And I got something for Prophet Josiah. Prophet Josiah has always asked us, like, what's the next big thing? Or every week we get on our conference calls and we talk about planning the show and things of that nature. And he's always like, I know y'all got something big. Well, Josiah, we are working on something so big, bro. It's going to make your head spin. I can't talk about it just yet, but just know, man, we got something really big in the works. So I'm excited about it, praying on it, asking God every day to show us direction, give us guidance on how we have this conversation. But it has to do with a big partner that we could be potentially going with in the next couple of months, and I'm really excited about it. So just know, Prophet, we're doing our business out here, man, trying to make you happy on those calls.
Yeah, man.
Yep. All right, so we're going to get back into some more music. You're in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
The Shorty Awards. What's the Shorty Awards?
Yeah. All right, we're going into Liam Neeson next.
All right, make the moves.
Probably Josiah text me what it is.
He asked you?
He put it on.
Oh, yeah, text him what it is? I might text him. I like making his head spin, though, like, make him make sense.
The auto switch feature is amazing. And you realize you can set the timer so you can say keep on this camera and this switch.
Yeah, we could play with it and see. I want to see if it would be hard, but if we can actually tie it to the mic, that would be game over. Because then we wouldn't even need
The only way I could think we could do it is if you do something like this and have it.
How many songs we gonna do here?
Tie each
Two?
mic to like assign it to a camera. But that's for another day. So you have 2 in there, 1 in there. Should get you going.
Yep. I know everyone's gonna see you leave and wonder why you haven't been on the first 2 shows.
Oh, and then
honestly, at this point, could have just done the first 2 segments and been like, all right, guys, I'm leaving.
in a pinch, you could still use this one too.
I got you.
If you have to have one.
I gotta stand up and hug you because when I see you.
All right, brother, yeah.
All right, bro. Get ready.
Get a picture of you what it looks like to have when you've had sleep, and then we'll do another one in 6 weeks.
in 2-3 months.
Yeah, the smile won't be there. It'll be a different smile.
It will. It'll
Good
be
luck
a
to you.
smile.
Thank you.
It'll be even bigger. Eyes might be a little dim, but that smile gonna be big.
So not saying you gotta call everybody when she arrives. Just text. Just
Yeah,
hey.
text us a picture or something.
Thumbs up.
Take care, bro.
Thumbs up.
I'm gonna come back like 3 shades later because he's gonna have to be inside all day.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to
Brother, get me like
All right.
Oh man. Okay. So everybody's good on this next topic. So we did not have noteworthy. So we're gonna have to find. We're gonna look at Skype to see what were one of our other topics that we discussed that didn't.
Somebody asked me, what's the South African magazine again?
Hold on 1 sec. It is
Rap now or rap now?
Rap Type Mag, Rap Type Magazine .co.za. So one of the things I discovered about South Africa is that they are definitely looking for American content. I've been talking with a couple of their magazines and video blogs, and they're saying like, yo, we definitely want American music over here, and not enough people are sending it. So if you're an artist out there and you really want to blow it up, you should definitely start researching some of these different companies and trying to send them some stuff, because it would definitely benefit you. And we're also trying to get something going with Nectar over there.
Did it pause on my face? It did.
It does. It will do it. Every 15 seconds.
Every
I just see a
15
straight
seconds.
look.
But only for 5 seconds at a
I'm
time.
just looking like.
Every 5 seconds at a time. It rotates during the breaks.
Somebody said with your sweatshirt, would you get your sweatshirt from, right?
Oh yeah, so this is actually Ezekiel from Passion for Christ Ministries. This is actually his sweater. What?
He said private movement, it is movement. He said ministries.
It can be a ministry, it is a ministry. Why y'all had to correct me like that? See, this is why I don't like producing, man. Y'all always come at me like that. Anyway, Passion for Christ Ministries! It's a ministry!
We getting
Y'all leave him alone.
The minister when they're up on stage is a ministry. That cannot be debated. Alright? Anyway. Yeah, so Ezekiel, he sells these sweatshirts, man, and they're really cool. So I went to his live show at my church, Acts, and got the sweatshirt. Got one for myself, got one for my wife, And he's coming. He's coming to Trackstarz soon. So I did talk to him about that. He was like, yo, bro, definitely gonna come out for an interview. So, bro, he has an awesome testimony, man. Awesome testimony. So yes, he's a minister, Jeremiah.
I didn't say anything. He said it.
So, he's a minister. Man behind the camera nobody ever sees.
Exactly.
They're about to see him soon. They're about to see him soon.
Oh, is Trigger getting on the mic? Or is it
Lamar?
Oh, snap.
So is it just gonna stay frozen? How long does it stay frozen?
It's not frozen. It just moves.
No, on mine, the stream.
It says it's frozen.
Mine is spinning.
I see it.
No, I'm watching it.
Okay, well maybe it's just me then.
So before it was the switcher that wasn't working? That's what Sean was working on?
No, it actually died the first day. For like 2 minutes.
He didn't record?
We have the audio though.
Okay. Figure that out later.
Alright, we're gonna come in after the song.
But it was a long one anyway, so we probably can.
Liam Neeson. We didn't talk about Liam Neeson, right?
Yeah. Sad too, man. He's one of my favorites.
Cold Pursuit.
What
Except for
happened?
Widows.
What did he do?
Widows was good.
What did he do?
What?
He,
Oh, you hear it in a second.
Oh.
Widows was not good. Yo, that's the video. It's my car, y'all. Yo, anybody watching this video, they can see it in the background. That's my late father's car.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you can possibly see it a little bit.
Life after death.
Yeah.
Legacy.
I loan his car out to other Christian hip hop videos so that people can see. I don't know, it's like, you know, kind of like in memory to him.
Yeah,
and also, it's gonna be in the Full Throttle video.
And there'll be no Full Throttle video.
What? Full Throttle?
No.
We doing the Full Throttle
There it
video?
is. Okay.
We still doing the Full Throttle video?
No.
You know the motto?
I had a great concept for it, man. There's a drag strip in Edenton, Georgia, and they burn out their tires.
All right, here we go.
I thought that would be dope to have that in the background at the opening video, and then you'd be in my car at that.
Here we go.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Wright, Montana, DJ Jeremiah. Y'all, guess what? This segment is sponsored by Unashamed Forever, man. It is coming. It is coming. The tour, man. Reach Records is coming out to a city near you, so you might want to get on reachrecords.com and check out where they're going to be. The whole lineup, the whole squad. Shout out to Trip. Shout out to Tadashi. Shout out to Lecrae, Andy, 1K Few. What up, RG? It's going to be crazy, man. I'm so looking forward to that, right? Anybody else? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it too.
Something like that? Yeah. Because I think it's going to be great to see everybody on stage again. The new mixing in with the old.
They need to bring back, in my personal opinion, they need to bring back Derek Minor and Show.
And, well,
I mean, if it's Unashamed Forever, could we bring back people who was with Reach for like, because Show was originally like the
Do you think
you bringing back Aha?
I mean, that's up to them.
I mean, this sounds like just your vision. So
no, I'm saying if
I
it
mean,
was
that wouldn't
me,
be a problem though. Like, would it? I don't think it would be a problem at all for them to bring back. You know what I mean? I think the relationship.
I mean, for certain dates, bring back certain
our
people.
relationships, like, you know what I mean, completely, like, they're not. I don't think they're to the place where they're so,
I think if you're from that
messed
city,
up where they can't come back.
if they're in that city, they'll probably show up. I would imagine that we'll see Show in Atlanta.
I think we should.
Feels that way.
I think we should.
Right?
I think it would be only. I mean, because those he put out some classic works with Reach. So I think
Anyway,
it'd be dope.
I'm excited, man. I've been working on my voice. Last time I was out there, I couldn't quite get the crowd hype. I missed it. My cue was off, but this time I'm working on it, man. I'm in my basement screaming, man. If you with 116, make some noise. And then I'm going like,
Are you gonna host it?
no.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, you didn't hear about the mishap before?
Oh, so this
Nah,
is the story.
nah.
This is the story.
Tell me what happened.
So we finished interviewing the guys, and me, Sean, and Ryan, we got on this. There's a picture out there floating with all
No,
of
it's
us.
not.
It's Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, that's out there.
Atlanta shirt on. Atlanta jacket, because Ryan brought us the sequence jackets.
With
to
no
wear.
sequence. Hold on
bring it
now.
back?
Hold on now. Hold
I
up.
still got it. I'm gonna wear it one
It's
Saturday.
the former Atlanta Hawks retro jackets.
Retro jacket. So all three of us, he goes.
They had sequins?
So me and Sean.
Now I just
so-
want to get the story right.
No, yeah, I guess it is.
Bruh.
So me and
Stop,
Sean.
stop. stop.
So me and Sean are
Why?
there, and Ryan comes
want
like,
the
yo, I
details.
got something for everybody. We like, yo, what's up? And he shows us his jackets. He's like, yeah, we all look right. Everybody's like, yeah, okay. So then we interview Lecrae, and Lecrae goes, hey man, them jackets look kind of fly. Everybody we interviewed had jokes about our jackets. But anyway,
Lecrae was not joking. He said to send him one.
he was trying to be nice. Okay, so we're in line, and people waiting for the show to start. This guy right here says, hey everybody, are you ready to see 116? But he goes, are y'all ready to see 116?
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. My voice went out while I was saying make some noise.
No,
don't play
it went
me.
out- it went
Don't
out
play
at
me.
that 116.
Nah, it didn't. No,
okay,
no.
so if it did go out, it was like, y'all ready to see 116? Make some noise. Like it's still
Hey, whatever, man. Hey, listen, let's get to this topic. All right, so racism versus revenge, right? There's our boy Liam Neeson from Taken, probably one of my favorite top movies of action in the last 10 years.
Hey, so the new Taken with the 3 Ks.
Come on, man. And so so that has been an issue in the media right now. Liam Neeson has come out and done an interview about his new movie. I'm talking over y'all like y'all don't exist. And he's talking about a time in his life where a friend of his was raped.
Yeah.
And she gave a description that it was a black man. And he kind of went on this rampage saying that, he was carrying around a weapon of some sort. And he was just looking for a black cuss word individual to kill. Like that was his motive. He was just going out there to do harm to somebody in revenge for his friend. And the hard part about that issue, right? The hard part about that issue is the fact that he would have taken an innocent life at that moment. Someone's son, someone's brother, someone's nephew, and someone's father would have been dead all at the hands of a violent act of randomness, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the issue that a lot of people are taking is that why would you, first of all, why would you do that, right? Things happen every day. We get upset every day. Loved ones pass away. People get hurt. And to go out there and like enact your own justice system is wrong, right? And so he said that he talked to a preacher, he got some counseling for it, and he changed his ways, and that's not who he is today. The issue that I still have with it is why did he bring it up, right? And why did he tell the description of the man and then use an expletive after that? Like that part to me says that there's a little bit of motive there, that you want people to know that you are saying you used to be, racially inspired.
I don't think he at that time was racist. I think he was looking out for his friend.
Yeah.
I think he used a term that could be used for racial tension, but I don't think he was like, yo, I'm racist, woo-woo. But I think what happened was, first off, he shouldn't have used the black B. Like, I don't understand what was that. He could have easily been like, I was looking for somebody. She told me he was a black guy, so I went out and I was just looking for the guy that did this to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all he had to say. But he went in depth. Like, yo, I'm waking whoever stepped to me that was black, it was gonna be on and popping. Like,
Yeah.
It was like, that was crazy. But then, did y'all hear what Michelle Rodriguez says?
Yeah.
She said he wasn't a racist because he kissed
A black woman.
A black
And
woman.
That's an ignorant statement.
It is. It truly is.
If you watch the movie though,
I mean, he
then
tongue
that
kissed
don't
her. That's
help.
cool.
That don't hold no water.
Why don't hold no water?
You know why? If you watch the movie, you know.
What'd he
Go
do? What'd he do in the
Go
movie?
ahead, carry on.
And Widows, that's what she
You don't want to give me no more than that?
No, not.
I thought you saw
No
Widows.
spoilers.
Huh?
I thought you saw Widows.
Nah, I told you I would never see Widows.
Oh my.
Okay.
But on top of that, right? Like, I see it like this. Okay. He was definitely offended, right? Like, I mean, somebody raped his friend, right? I mean, that's a very, very deep
Yeah, it
situation.
is.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, I understand. And when he found out that it was a black guy, right? Like, then tensions just probably rose even further than that, right? Because for one, he probably didn't know exactly which one, right? And can't, go out and get the one that did it. I would say this, his overall feeling, that feeling of somebody in this race did something to somebody that I love, so now I'm going to go and exact revenge on anybody I see in that race.
But I think what he was saying was, it wasn't anybody he saw. It was anybody who approached him.
Yeah. It was he was walking around looking for a fight.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like he was walking around with a weapon looking for a fight, so that when the fight took place, he can exact his anger on that particular person.
You think
Does that
he
make sense?
uses special skills?
You know what?
You mean his special taking skills?
A special set of skills.
Does he? Yeah.
Does he really? I guess the question is, does he possess a true set of skills? My overall thing is this. I feel like it's the same vibe. I don't know if you guys remember these things that used to happen, right? But like I used to be in school and they would always show Roots. Does that make sense?
They show it in school?
No, they would show it like the night before, like on TNT or whatever it was, right?
Gotcha.
But during Black History Month, they would show Roots, and every single time they show Roots, the very next day, there'll be like white kids walking around, right? And some random black dude, right, would go and like start a fight with one of those kids. Does that make sense? Yeah,
that really happened
all the time.
Well, honestly, I mean,
all the time.
That's
like
what
it'd
happened
be
with the
random.
movies. But
Yeah, it'd be random. So whenever one of those like movies come out, right, all the time there'll be some type of exacting of revenge on a random white. And honestly, I ain't gonna front. Like when I watch, certain things happen, right? I watch like 12 Years a Slave, or I might watch something like that. I'm a little charged up when I drive around,
you
right?
Be careful.
Yeah, and I'm kind of waiting for somebody to do something.
You can't compare the same, bro.
Dude,
No,
I'm gonna say yes, it is the same.
is.
Like you see something. No, you see something, and this is television. But you see something happening to somebody in your race, and it's done by somebody else. You charged up and ready. You like,
but
yo.
It's not the same, though, bro.
Why not? Something happened to his friend.
He
was mad, and he was targeting black individuals. Something happened. Like you see something, you get an understanding of how black people were treated back in the day.
Yeah.
You get angered. You get angry, you get frustrated, you go out, and if any Caucasian individual, right, bothers you in any way, shape, or form, you are ready and willing
But
to
the story that you use was...
It's not the same, y'all wallet.
No, it's not. It's not because we're watching a movie, right? This is a reenactment. He's talking about a real life situation.
It's even worse. We're watching a reenactment.
Why
right?
is that worse?
Because we're watching a reenactment. It's not even real.
Yeah, because this really happened in real life to somebody close to him.
Yeah.
Like when something happens to somebody close to you, you get really upset.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're saying based off television.
I'm saying that based off stuff on television. Based off television, but it's a depiction of what used to happen for real, right? But based off that alone, that can anger people enough to go out and be ready and willing to do anything.
Let alone if it's somebody you love that's close to you.
You ain't never seen this before?
So
this ain't never happened in life?
So I've watched Roots, I've watched Queen, I've watched 12 Years a Slave. I've watched all the ones that anger me, right? They anger me because I'm like, man, I can't believe this really happened, right?
Yeah.
But I've never the next day gone out and been like, man, next time I see somebody who don't look like me, I'm ready.
Bro, I've heard this over and over. Somebody gonna watch that,
and then I have to not watch certain movies or make sure I'm in the right frame of mind to watch them.
Then they come out the next day and say, "Let a man do something to me today." Ready for it. And he was saying the same thing. He was ready for it. And not only was he ready, but he would walk out. He went actively pursuing it. That was different.
So what I'm saying is what Liam Neeson did is worse. Because we're watching a movie. We're watching a movie on something that could have happened.
I don't think.
But he's actually saying that he went out and tried to physically harm people.
I don't think,
he was looking to take a life. We weren't
he went
looking to take a life.
He went out
after
ready.
seeing that movie.
He went out ready, but he didn't do anything. He went out ready for whatever, right? And then kind of walking around in those neighborhoods waiting for somebody to tell him something.
Because to me, this feels like the Charlottesville incident, right? The day after Charlottesville, I'm driving down the street and I get kind of not run off the road, but there's like a truck speeding past me, brandishing a bunch of flags, Confederate and all. And I'm like, okay, this might be the time to have a gun on me. Because what if my kids were in the car and they run me off the road and get out the car? Then we got an issue.
Telling you to leave Douglasville. That's all.
I'm not leaving Douglasville. Yo, if you coming to Atlanta, man, check out Douglasville. Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Me and the homie Rick Sincere, man, we holds it down.
Carry on.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, all I'm saying.
Oh no.
The what?
Douglasville.
What did you say?
Carry on, please carry on. We can't.
The audio doesn't lie. The audio doesn't lie.
Douglasville.
So all I'm saying is there's real situations that we have to be careful of, and then there's real situations, and then there's fake situations. So my thing is watching a movie, getting upset, Go calm your feelings. Go check yourself. Right.
No movie, in my personal opinion, should make you go and want to get revenge that way. Period.
No, wow. I'm the only person on earth
you're
who
right.
ain't seen nothing like
no,
that.
you're right. I get what you're
And be
saying.
like, yo, I dare what dude to mess with me today.
No, you're right.
Nobody.
You're right. I know.
I'm
I
the
know
only
somebody
one?
who said
That's cool.
I know somebody back in the
I'll be
day
that
used
one.
to tell me like they can't show roots at certain parts in the South because people would do what you're saying.
Yeah,
so
this
what
is a
you're
real
saying is real.
situation.
But what I'm saying is, no movie or no form of entertainment should make you go to that end.
My mama didn't even let me
But
watch
here's
Roots
the thing.
until I got old enough.
This wasn't even a form of entertainment. This was something
That's
violent
what I'm saying.
that
Yeah.
happened to a close friend of his.
If the movie,
So if something like this were to happen, to someone that you love, I could imagine feeling that way. I could even imagine wanting to do something like that. Doesn't mean I would. I feel like he was very honest, very vulnerable, and transparent in that moment. Was it wise? No.
So the issue
no,
is
it wasn't wise.
You got the
Especially
same- you got the
when
same
you're
feeling
promoting a
after
movie.
Django?
say again?
You had that same feeling after Django?
Nah,
we
Django
won.
made me laugh. Django was hilarious.
I mean, he got the revenge, right?
He
In all these
did.
other movies,
So,
you didn't
okay,
see the
so
revenge.
here's the
No,
question.
mess.
Hold on.
When he
Here's
blew up the house,
For
I was like,
anybody that
yeah.
watch slave movies, watch all of them, then watch Django, and then you
No,
anger
it's
be
not
gone.
gonna. No, if you don't finish Django, like you know what I mean, you're gonna still be mad.
So not to discredit not to gloss over what Maya was saying, right? Definitely it was unwise what he said, but it was also the fact that he said it could have been anybody, right? Now, if someone in my family was to had someone had done harm to someone in my family, I would almost say that, man, I could see myself saying, if I find that exact person, it's gonna be a problem. He was saying anybody that looks like him, I'm ready to go. I'm not looking for that exact person. I'm looking for anybody that resembles him. I'm just gonna take them out. It's
Here.
gonna be the end of the story.
Here's that spot of racism that's like super there. No, I'm dead serious. Like here's that spot, right? It's almost this whole deductive reasoning. Does that make sense? And so where you start off with this overall theory of, you know what? All black people do this. Like a lot, like black men, young black men do this, right? And that's his overall theory. So young black men do this. This happened to my friend. All black, so most young black men are bad. If I find one, right, then I'm gonna assume that young black man, especially if he approaches me, then I'm gonna exact my revenge on him. Like that's problematic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the real question is, do we think he's racist?
Now,
I don't think he is.
Nah, I don't.
well,
He might.
Because we all can say something racist,
It's no
and
pinch.
it'd
It's
be
you
like, oh, I
either
made a
is or
mistake.
not.
He
Yeah,
might be
Nah,
ignorant,
I mean-
but he ain't racist.
I'll say
I
what
don't know,
racist.
'cause I think
So
it's-
why is he not racist
As
for
a
the
little
people who
bit, 'cause
says not?
okay, this one thing happened, right? The inductive side of this is this one thing happened, right? And he thinks all black men are now like this, right?
How do you know that?
In that moment,
How do you
in
know
that
that?
moment, he was looking for somebody to
Because
pay.
because he went out waiting for any black man, right?
To
Like
approach him.
any black man to approach him. Any black man, like for instance, let's say he walked over. Let's say he heard about black men, right? Like liking their sneakers. He started stepping on shoes to see what popped off. Does that make sense? Like, let's just say. But he went. I'm just saying. But he went out, right, looking for somebody to fight, looking for somebody to engage with. He thought that he looped everybody together. Everybody he put together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And putting everybody together is the part of racism that kind of exists. That's why people challenged him and said, well, if it were a white man, would you have done the same thing? Do you feel like inherently all white men are bad, right? And so that one situation happened. Now he thinks all black men are bad, and anyone he gets revenge on is fine. Does that make sense?
I see
That
what
was
you
the
mean.
part that's racist to me. Even though I understand it, right? It happens to us too, but that's
But
still racism because we
that's
think
the
the same
question.
way.
So-
Most white men must be racist.
So Ryan, if you
Yeah.
think he's not racist, why?
So a lot of people say racist things, but it is not embedded in their heart. I think racism is embedded in your heart, and to me,
What's,
it
there's a
lives
scripture about
there.
that though.
It
There's
lives
a scripture
there.
that says, "What's in your heart will speak to you'll come out your mouth. Whatever in your heart will come to fruition by your mouth."
Yeah.
So basically, that's the paraphrase. So basically, if we're saying that, then are we saying that he may said something else before?
So yeah, well, so here's the thing. I think a lot of people struggle with the fact that they say stuff and they're not aware how wrong it is or what it sounds like. So him coming out in this day and age and still saying that I said the black B word, to me, that whole thing is like you should have changed your mind about that all along.
Sure, should have. Because he had pauses while he was sharing, and I'm thinking to myself, are red flags not coming up?
Yeah.
Like, don't say that, or leave that part out. Like,
Yeah.
'cause he even could have said the story and left out the details of his race and the fact that he was, looking for a black bee. Like, he could have just been like, I was so angry, like, I could have taken anybody out that night.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like,
Yeah, so and that's what I'm saying, and to me, I feel like there was a I can't remember what this politician is, but there was a politician they've been calling for him to step down recently, where he said, "What's wrong with white supremacy? What's wrong with those words? Like, why can't we say white nationalism? Why can't we say white supremacy?" And they were like, "Dude, you need to step down. Like, what you just said was racist. That means that is in your heart. You don't see anything wrong with that. That's in your heart." So I think that's where the issue comes in. And we have to be careful about who we label a racist and who we label not, right? Because we can say something that's racist. All of us can. And it won't be embedded in our heart. It might be a slip of the tongue, a bad judgment call, or you're in a headspace and you say something.
But my HBCU teaching is about to come out. And,
Mine too.
And just talk about the fact that racism has to do with prejudice as being partnered with a certain power, level of power, influence, all of that. And not a lot of minorities have that. Not to say that minorities can't be racist. I feel like we could be prejudiced. I feel like we can be ignorant to certain cultures.
No.
But when you couple it with a certain level of systematic power and influence that this country is already founded on, I don't necessarily know if racism.
We can definitely
is
be
possible.
racist.
I'm just saying.
Like, we can definitely be racist. I mean, I think what you're saying, if you don't control nothing, then it don't matter if you're racist, right?
I'm just no. I'm not saying don't matter. I don't know if it's possible. Like,
It's
for me,
definitely possible for us
racism
to be
is
racist.
like I'm preventing you and your race from moving forward.
I got a comment.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody said y'all dumb speaking right now on the topic, as he said he was looking for someone to kill, not fight. That's a big difference.
We're dumb speaking. Is
so
that
what?
I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
what? He's looking to do violence to somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So violence, either fighting or kill. So what? Like, what's the difference in I'm looking to fight? That doesn't mean if he's looking to kill, right? He's gonna have to engage some type of way.
Yeah.
So violence is violence. What do you mean I'm dumb speaking? I think you're dumb
Oh
speaking.
my Lord.
Wait.
I want you to be safe.
That comment doesn't
Stay
make sense
safe.
to me. I'm reading it too.
I'ma
But here's the thing.
I mean, no, make your comment make sense then.
But here's the thing. So, trying to kill somebody versus fight somebody, it is the same thing because they both lead to violence, and it can also lead to killing somebody. You hit somebody over the head, it's a blow,
Yeah.
but it may also
he
kill
had a
them.
weapon with him, man.
He said he had a weapon with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely is the same thing.
It's the initiation of violence versus the overall goal. Whatever. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, because anybody who gets into a fight, they're looking to do harm to somebody, and they don't necessarily know whether or not they're gonna give somebody a fatal blow with the object they pick up. I mean, look at Trayvon and your boy. That was a situation where they thought they were fighting. Right? Somebody was losing, so somebody put out a gun and tried to fix the situation up.
Yikes.
And so that happens because you're still looking for a violent act to happen at that moment. So you're wrong. Thank you for chiming in, though. And so, yeah, I think that we have to really realize that there's a line there. There's a line there, and we all can cross that line, but we also don't necessarily have to be ignorant about the embrace of that line.
Yeah.
See, so I just think that he was. I don't think he should have shared that story in the sense that he did.
There you go. Because he was apologetic.
Yeah.
He was apologetic. He went and talked to a priest about it. It happened a long time ago. I don't think it contributes to who he is today, but
Yeah.
he probably should not have shared the story or left some parts out or shared a different story.
Are we done with Liam Neeson?
No,
I'm
not at all.
not
I don't mind him coming to terms with it, and I don't mind him sharing the story. And I think this goes back to what we said earlier, right? Like, what's wrong with somebody sharing something? Don't we all share parts of our past as testimonies and label it testimonies?
Yeah, but when you're trying to promote a movie, that was a roadblock to promoting the movie.
It is, yeah. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. So it wasn't wise in the promotion of the movie.
And then here's
but
another
to be
thing,
honest
too.
with you, we are all talking about it.
And here's
we're all talking
I
about
don't know
him.
if they're going to go
Yes.
see the movie, though,
We
because
may
of it.
now.
This might be a R. Kelly
would-
situation, though, for real. Because R. Kelly's numbers doubled in stream when the Surviving
No,
R. Kelly
people-
documentary came
so,
out. So this might make people go see the movie.
No, the difference
That was
between
different,
that,
though.
the difference between that is the younger generation didn't know who R. Kelly was.
Yeah, they didn't know.
So they were trying to figure out why. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing
You
somebody on
can
the radio.
Google, you can Google and go to Word.
No,
Word
it's true.
Genius.
No,
What are you saying is
Get
true?
the
No,
words.
because I think
Yeah,
a
what
lot
are
of
you saying is
younger
true?
people didn't know. Because think about it, R. Kelly last big hit was like mid 2000s.
Yeah.
If I'm
Bruh.
not
No.
They
mistaken.
said his streaming numbers have
His-
doubled.
No, I know. It's for some people, some of his fans who trying to make
It's
him
curiosity.
look good. Yeah, but for the younger generation, I heard a radio personality say my kid didn't even know who he was, so they Googled him and then they listened to his music to see
Right.
what people were talking about and why he was a genius. Why was he a musical
I
genius?
still think people are gonna go see this movie. And I think it's gonna be a smash at the box office, and it's going to not change much. Just
I mean,
where we are.
To be honest with you, what he did wasn't that bad.
No,
Does that
it
make
is.
sense?
This is the reason why, and this is the last thing I'll say
what he
about it.
actually did was bad. But what I'm saying is like what he did in confessing it or
No,
saying it.
the
wasn't that
reason why is because you could have done it a long time ago. You could have just woke up one morning and said, man, you know what? I got a conviction on my heart. I got a story I want to share.
Yeah.
Why do it around a movie release? Why do
Somebody
it?
asked him the question, like in relation to the movie, was there a time in your life when, because the movie's about him wanting to get revenge. So they were like, was there a time in your life when you wanted to get revenge? And it sounded like he'd already reconciled it with himself, so he was just, sharing the story with too many details.
Well, he should. Yeah, that's it. Too
Yeah,
many
so,
details.
I mean, not a wise move for the promotion of the movie, but at the same time, you know what I mean? It's happened.
So I don't know. I mean, you seeing the movie?
No, I've never. I don't really like. I'm not a big Liam Neeson guy anyway.
Okay.
Oh,
Does that
okay.
make sense?
Well,
I'm just forgiving him in this situation.
I hadn't
but I'm
really
not a
watched
big
him
guy.
until Taken came out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even
that
a
was
Taken
that was
guy,
the first
so
time I
I'm
got
cool.
it.
I wasn't gonna
like
watch it either way.
Liam, but this movie didn't really strike a chord with me before the interview, and so afterward, I'm really not interested. But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you gonna see the movie?
No, not really. It didn't. It may be a Netflix situation.
Okay, Fire Stick maybe.
Netflix.
You and that
Netflix.
fire
So we're gonna wait for it to come out on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maya, you gonna see the movie?
She said nah.
We're one, man.
I hadn't decided yet.
Wait,
this-
you're a big
the-
Taken guy though, right?
the storylines of his movies are always good to me.
Okay.
They're always the same.
They are, because you don't really expect him to like be so like like lethal.
Yeah.
Just looking at him like, okay, what's
Let me ask y'all a question. If he would have bumped into a black guy, y'all think them skills would have
Oh my
kicked in?
God.
It depends on what black guy. See, that's the thing. We're stereotyping thinking
All right,
all black
you're in
guys.
the field with the track stars. Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
You are listening to the Trackstarz with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ
He would have
Jeremiah.
exacted revenge. Let him in a rap. You feel me? Now the only problem is would he have gotten away with it because of his power? Because he's Liam Neeson.
People were asking questions. Somebody said, I don't understand why some define racism as by prejudice and power. Why does there need to be power involved for it to be considered racism?
Why? It's because we don't draw the line between systematic racism and everyday racism,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So systematic racism requires a system to be in place, which means there's powers that be.
Yeah.
Whereas day-to-day racism is personal mindset. Systematic racism is cultural. America has systematic racism, and then we also have cases of individual racism
There
within
you
that
go.
systematic racism.
Yeah,
There you go.
I understand all that, right? I understand the systematic racism.
I'm not saying that to
No,
you.
definitely,
I'm saying
definitely.
that
Are
to
we
everybody.
going to talk about...
But what I'm
we're gonna talk
saying
about
is, could an
next year, right?
individual, right? And that was my
What are we talking
overall
about
question.
next year?
Could an individual be racist?
Can an individual be
Can an
racist?
individual be racist if that individual
You
possesses
still
no
wanna do the
power?
cancel
And
thing,
my
right?
answer to
Maybe.
that is yes.
Cancel
I get what you're
culture.
saying. Like
Yeah,
if, you,
what is it?
if
Tell
you're
me.
a black CEO and you're
I'll
not
let you
hiring
do
white
it.
people by any
Okay.
means, by any circumstance,
Then I'm
I would
racist.
consider that racism.
But see,
But let's
see,
just
the
say I'm a
thing-
black teacher.
But me
right?
just randomly
Can
picking
I be racist?
somebody
But
on
the
the
thing,
street.
I think that's
that's
another line
random
that
black
we don't
person.
like
How many
diverge
songs you want
enough.
to play?
Is that a black CEO not hiring white people or a white CEO not hiring black people?
Mhm.
I don't think that's racism. That's prejudice. Racism is a specific hate. It's a specific hate.
I feel like
Still
it's coupled with
racism,
some
right?
type of power, though. Even if it's gun
It's a
violence.
specifically hate. Me
Nah, I think-
saying I don't want to talk to this guy because he's a white guy is prejudice.
Let's
Me
just say-
saying I hate this guy because he is white is racist. That's the difference.
So
So
you're
you
saying
feel like
racism
it's
is wrapped
a
in hate.
coupling of hate.
Racism is hate. It's a hate of another race.
Is that it?
Yes.
Really?
Prejudice is the act of discriminating against a race. That's prejudice. Racism is the hate. Racism causes prejudice. Prejudice is not necessarily racism. You can be prejudiced because of the systematic racism we have in America, but not be racist in your heart.
Wait, let's go to
Which
it.
is what the issue we have with a lot of people.
Let's
That
go
they're
to it. I
prejudiced
need-
all the time, but
Let's
they're
go
not
to it.
racist.
Maybe we should define, because based on your definition of racism,
Uh-huh.
right? Hate is central.
Yes.
Based on your definition of racism, power is essential, right? So central. So let's see how it's defined.
You gotta be careful where you looking at the definition of it.
I know.
I'm just serious. I'm just saying.
right.
Webster got a different spin.
Okay, wait.
Y'all know
here we
about
go.
cancel culture?
Yes.
What is it called?
Because we're trying to cancel Liam Neeson. Like that's what we just talked about, right?
That's what we want to
But
talk about.
okay, here's the definition. Here's the definition. All right, it believes that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities. That racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race.
That's power. Superiority.
No, it's only saying that it's not saying that you have to have power.
It's not necessarily saying you have power, but there's a conception of power that I'm superior to you. That's
that's what it is. I'm superior to you.
Yeah.
Right. That's the overall
perception
definition here of racism.
So okay.
Right. I'm superior to you based on.
But that superiority comes from the system that this country was built on.
No, and this definition is minus the system. Just the individual.
We're talking, but that's the difference, though. This is
racism.
So this is individual racism.
Because honestly,
but systematic racism.
We're talking about individual racism, right?
Individual racism.
So according to your definition of racism, hate is central, and it needs to be there in order for you to consider racism. That's not here.
Okay.
It's only saying that I'm better than you, right? Because of my race.
So if that was the case, so based on that case, right? Based on that case, then we can write off so many people as ridiculous, right? Because if it's only based on I'm better than you because of race, then you can pretty much count the whole American population. Because
that's true.
That's the way our country was
Do you
built.
consider black power to be racist? You know what I'm saying?
According to that definition, that's what it would be.
No, that's different.
How is it different?
Because it's only saying that as blacks we have power.
But the Black Power movement was also
like superior.
In order for you to have that mindset,
superior.
5%ers, would you consider them racist? Because black people are gods. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Black people gods?
Yes.
Then yes, that's racist. Then yes, those 5%ers are racist.
Those 5%ers.
Yeah, they're racist. Right? But if I'm saying Black Power, I think the Black Power movement was to say, look, I know for a very long time we have been treated as below average. Or not even, close to near as good as the rest of the races around. Right? According to the rest of the world, right, we're very below. Does that make sense? Or we're very low on totem pole.
Where they're like, you're a king, you're a queen. Who is that? You black.
Kinetic science is a part of that.
But Black Power is more so like we as black people, right? We're not low, right? Or should be treated as such.
You basically saying it's self-confident.
It's self-confident.
Yes,
right. As opposed to superiority.
That's not the extreme of it.
Yeah, but sometimes
that's not the extreme. But the extremists are racist.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like the people who go all the way up the race, you draw it at the line of I'm better. Not equal, but I'm better, right? Now, I could be better at certain things, but my better doesn't come because of my race. It just comes because of my skill set.
So here we go.
But not because of
Liam.
But not because of my race.
So here are some examples I can give you of why America as a whole has these issues, right?
Okay.
Black people are better at basketball because they're black. They're better at track because they're black. Those concepts.
We think that. That stereotype is a racist stuff.
Is racist, right?
Because there's plenty of white guys who can really show you that that's not true.
Exactly. The same thing, right? Okay, so same thing. So we can go relational.
Almost any white guy
So we can go relational, and some of these things are true, but the thing about it is the thought of them is still that, right? A white man on average is going to be more. A white man is a better for a mate because he's more stable financially.
A white man is a better what?
A better mate because he's more stable financially. This is a thought that people have.
And that overall thought is a racist thought.
Exactly. So then there's also comes back the other way, right? That
according to the definition, that's a racist thought.
Exactly. And then there's also black men are better lovers, so they're better mates, which is a thing that a lot of white women have a real concept of. Is that also racist?
Yeah. So the fact that we think that black men are better lovers than white men, based on the fact that they're black, is a racist thought.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is those are all everyday things that we deem as normal in America. America as a whole, systematically, the culture of America is racism.
And I don't deny what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm reading about it.
So it's just like
I don't deny what you're saying. I just see all this like most of the stereotypes that we have, right, are racist stereotypes.
almost all of them
Yeah,
are racist
which is-
stereotypes.
which is what it
we
is.
base almost everything on race. We don't like most of the world is money. Before America, it's what ethnicity. You are.
Yeah, I'm completely okay with thinking that we have a racist
Now
culture.
these days, it's what ethnicity and how much money you have.
But I don't think every individual is racist.
But here's the thing, though: if every individual has those mindsets in the United States, are they not all racist based on that definition?
I don't think. I think because I think
Especially if they believe them.
Well, what if they, for instance, right? Like, so what if you have, if you don't believe, right,
Uh-huh.
that your race is in any way superior to another person just on their own race,
Mhm.
right? Then you aren't inherently a racist.
Okay, but then what do you describe when that conversation comes up? That of course, such and such one, he's black, he's gonna be better, he's gonna dominate, or of any ethnicity, because it's not necessarily black people.
Then, like you said, that thought that you just had is a racist thought.
Okay, so
Does that make you a racist? No, but that thought was a racist thought.
here's the thing. So here's an example of when that happens often: the Olympics. So the Olympics come around, and black people dominate track and field like it's crazy. We dominate yeah, it's
because we don't dominate everything. But go ahead.
Well, okay, so let me say it like this: black people as worldwide.
Yeah,
black
we're
people.
coming in.
Not American.
How
black
often does Africa win?
The long distance running every year.
Not long distance. Wait. But only long distance running. They're not winning everything. No, they're not. Africa's not winning everything. That's not true.
It's not Africa. Sometimes it's us, but usually when it's us, it's the black us. Usually when it's Jamaica, it's the black Jamaica. It's like
I've seen more than just black people win stuff.
Yeah,
in
there's been
the
more.
Olympics.
But the general concept that people have in their mind that black people are better at those things. Yes or no? Do you not believe that? That the general stereotype that black people are better.
That's the general stereotype. I get that.
All right. Welcome back to the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. This segment is sponsored by Nectar Distribution. Nectar is a great opportunity for you to get out there and share your music with the world, man. It's a great opportunity. Visit www.nectardistro.com. Shout out to everybody who has become a part of Nectar in the last week, man. We got hit up by some great artists. Shout out to Peasy. Shout out to Resurrection. And then we got somebody else who recently hit us up and said they wanted to be a part of Nectar. So the movement is growing.
Yeah, man.
People are out there sharing the information. And hopefully, if you're an artist out there, you can get behind it too. If you're a creative, get behind the positive music movement. And let's make some things happen for the kingdom, man. Let's go.
Yeah,
Get
man.
to work. All right. So this next segment is actually something Jeremiah brought to everybody's attention. It's really dope now that I'm, studying up on it and reading about it. It's called cancel culture.
Yeah.
And tell us how you kind of came up with this idea.
I think it's really big on Twitter. It's big on IG. It's big on those things where people somebody happened like we just talked about Liam Neeson, and people was talking about him like he's canceled, and basically it's meaning like we don't mess with that person no more. Yeah. He's not this. It's very prevalent with Black Twitter. I would say it's very prevalent with that. And when you hear about a situation, somebody is talking about it. You hear people normally talk about it and say, yo, he's canceled or they canceled. So basically it's like, if I'm trying to think of prime example, some people had a problem with Gladys Knight singing at the Super Bowl.
Oh, no, why?
Because, according to most,
she murdered that though.
I didn't get the chance to see it.
People thought that she should have boycotted just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's almost like group thinking, basically. It's like, we canceling that because she didn't stand with Cap. So she's canceled. But then some people was like, well, she can't be canceled because she's been fighting for our rights for years. So what are you guys talking about? So I'm thinking the question is,
you gotta cancel big boy.
Is cancel culture like, is it good to do that? Because in essence, what we're saying is we don't forgive people when we cancel.
Yeah, so I was reading up on it. So they said the same thing is considered with Kevin Hart stepping down from the Academy Awards, right? Not being able to host it. And so to me, I think it's happened. I actually saw it happen with Kevin Spacey. I saw where people in droves were like, I'm not watching House of Cards.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's even in the last
not on it
season.
anymore,
Yeah,
So I think that was
him, though.
and so I think it's
Netflix
happened with
canceled
that because I won't even go back and watch the episodes that he's in, right? Just because it's just the thought of it just disgusting. And so to me, I think that's I think the Me Too movement is canceling a lot of things out.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. There is definitely a force of power because it's something that used to have money put to it, right? So House of Cards probably had investors that pulled out, sponsors that pulled out. And so, I think it's a big deal if people are actually out there canceling something that seems to be a big movement or seems to be something big, and then it's like, oh, we don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we've canceled a few people in the last few years,
we canceled R? Is he officially canceled?
Yeah, we canceled R. Kelly.
Okay.
We canceled Bill Cosby.
Oh, poor Bill.
I mean, we canceled O.J. Simpson a while ago. Right?
Oh yeah, he got canceled.
But
OJ.
here's the thing. A lot of these cancellations come up when stuff with racist tweets come out, homophobic tweets, or even like or even like something happens on Twitter, or something happens, a documentary comes out about somebody. Like I know they saying a Michael Jackson documentary is coming out, so I'm sure people.
Wait, which one?
Oh, you know what else?
Revealing stuff?
Yeah, revealing him.
Another one?
Yeah, revealing stuff about him and young boys.
Oh man.
So he may be canceled coming soon. You know what I mean? So, but that's the thing is like we let people's point of views automatically give you a conclusion of, oh, that person is canceled.
No, wait. Here's what happens. Facts come out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like before, we weren't privy to all the facts.
Yeah.
Didn't have all the facts, and so all we had was the charisma or the talent or the drive of the individual. And so we'd look at a guy like a R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
He was dropping hits. Nobody knew all the stuff that wasn't out. Like you didn't know all that stuff. So taking everything in totality, then you start looking at the overall situation, right? What he's done wrong versus what he's produced, and then you're saying overall, I no longer support this situation.
Yeah.
And that's what people have been doing. They said, look, based on this action, I no longer support this person.
Well, I think the real test is going to be this Michael Jackson thing because they're saying for some people are saying that some of the people who claimed that he did something to him years ago came out and said that he was lying. They were lying.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the thing is like because I've read the article that's saying that this was very one-sided. This documentary coming out is very one-sided. And the thing about documentaries is kind of like how you talked about a while ago. We talked about being health with the health, and you was like, you can't just say this is bad, and there's nothing, you know what I mean, and whatever. So if it's a one-sided documentary, then it can. But I'm not negating what happened to anybody because I was not there. So if somebody's saying he molested that person, then that they telling their truth. But at the same time, there's been rumored it's been people have come out and said my parents put me up to tell Michael Jackson molested me so we can get money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the part that's really confusing to me too, because you've got like the issue is Mike's not even around.
That's what hurts me.
I mean, like this is the part where I was like, and this is totally different and bigger than R. Kelly because R. Kelly is.
But he does have a library of music ready to come out.
Well, here's the thing. I'm talking about Michael Jackson.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about his global reach, right?
New hits?
No, I'm saying he got.
He
they
has
said
a vault.
he got a vault like Prince of music ready to come out.
His global reach and the fact that Michael hasn't always been known as a bad person. Like I think with R. Kelly, we were like saying, okay, this is old news because we've been hearing this from a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I spoke with somebody who went to high school with R. Kelly, and they told me that he didn't finish the school with them, but he was there in the band room with all the young kids even after he was aged out from graduation.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like you've always been a bad person, but Michael Jackson.
But we don't know that about Mike.
We know Mike was part of Jackson 5 and everybody was smitten and he was a heartthrob to all these young people back in the day, and so that carried over. Like Michael Jackson was a humanitarian,
but we
globally
also
known for that.
We also know that he at least had been allegedly involved with these kids, and
So-
we've seen that at least 3 or 4 times before he died.
We did.
Like we've always known that there was something there.
We knew he had friendships with him.
I know,
right?
no.
We went to court. Weren't charges brought against him?
Yeah, like
We
he's
knew
been
he
in
had-
court. Like we saw Michael in court.
We know that he was
We just don't have
friends.
details.
Let's just take Macaulay Culkin, right? We know he was friends with Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin is still around to tell the story. if there was a situation, when we hear Macaulay Culkin like barking about it like crazy, I mean,
and one of
maybe
the
that would
choreographers
happen.
from back in the day said that he didn't touch him.
Yeah, so to me, it's like we know Michael had a lot of mental issues, right? With the fact that how he was raised, the fact that he didn't have a childhood. Come on, y'all. Putting a theme park in your backyard has got to say that you missed your childhood. You missed something.
But
You're
here's
just
another
not.
thing. Putting a
I
theme
think it's
park
great.
is a big sign
An attraction for kids.
Yeah.
But who's
I
gonna
would put a theme
send?
park in my yard. I'm
But
not
who's
looking for that.
what parent is like?
definitely
What
would.
parent is like? I'm gonna send my 7-year-old to just go hang out with Mike for the next 12 hours
Because
and
it's
spend the
trust the
night
same young
without
lady,
a parent.
the same parent who did that with R. Kelly.
No. Without a parent saying, "I'm coming with you." Like this don't
R.
make sense.
Kelly.
No, R. Kelly.
same people.
R. Kelly, but I'm talking about with Michael Jackson and an amusement park.
Fame
All right,
blinds
we're
people.
kind of getting off track. So I guess the real question is, does cancel culture make it hard to forgive? Because in essence, it's like somebody is not letting you live because they're like, oh, that person's canceled.
Here's my thing. Not only does it make it hard to forgive, but it also makes it hard to like be famous, to have a gift, to be, to be a celebrity, because it's obvious that like, okay, you can't have a pass because you're a celebrity and we'll find out about it when we all got them.
But let me point something out. Cancel culture happens when someone has done something wrong, in a sense, mostly, right? Like, name something that's been canceled where nothing happened
but it could've
bad,
been, like,
negative, it
years
just got
ago.
canceled. So, yeah, but they still made an offense, right? R. Kelly made an offense.
Well,
Kevin Hart made an offense.
Let's use Kevin Hart, for example.
still going on. Kevin
Some
Hart
people
is,
may
yeah.
have canceled Kevin Hart because of the homophobic tweets.
And
Some
it
people,
lives on the internet.
He's
That's
not-
the problem
he's
with
not
Kevin
black
Hart's issue.
canceled though.
But he already apologized.
He's LGBT canceled. Well, not actually, because Ellen brought him on her show.
Yeah.
Right. So I think he's forgiven there.
I think he's bigger than that.
Who, Kevin?
I think Kevin Hart can hold on to his fan
Yeah,
base.
Kevin's gonna be fine.
No matter.
Kevin's
Not to
gonna be
say I'm not gonna say no matter what he does, but as long as he doesn't, as long as he's not tied to an individual that he did this
Great
to.
example of somebody, Kanye.
Kanye has been canceled and then rebooted and canceled again several times.
So
He's canceled for good though now.
So
I don't
now-
think so at
Now let me
all.
ask y'all a question.
No.
Is
He not.
something?
He
Not
gonna
Kanye.
drop something hot. People gonna be like,
Well,
you heard that
okay.
new Kanye?
And if
Yeah,
you don't
and
drop
that's-
it hot, like it would drop it hot.
as far as
If
Kanye,
he
so
just
here's the
puts out
thing
a-
too. You got to also understand people get canceled in different categories. As a public speaker,
Drop it
Kanye is done being influential.
No,
as a
I
public
think
figure.
Kanye's done,
I think-
period.
But
No,
I-
he's
but
not.
but his music may not
Kanye's
be
not
done.
He's
done.
not.
His production
He's not
may not be
done.
done. So he can get canceled in one area,
Honestly-
but it
Not
doesn't
done.
cancel him out completely.
Kanye will rise again. Like I know people
He
think
like the
that Ka-
phoenix, don't
yeah,
sleep.
Kanye does not just fall, like move away from culture. He has too many hands in the culture.
And plus, he
Kim
just,
could rise
he
and
just
he'll be
says
fine.
crazy stuff. Now he's
Yeah.
not like assaulting
No, but for
people
some black people, Kanye is
or-
canceled.
For some black
He
people.
just says
Kanye has
crazy
always
stuff,
been
but-
canceled with me.
Oh gosh.
But okay,
Only-
for some
only
black people,
Kanye-
it don't matter. Kanye could come back.
I haven't listened to Kanye since Through the Wire.
oh
Like
no.
as far as going to his
Jesus
music catalog.
Walk.
But that's my thing because
no.
but I don't but that was when I left secular music
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
when I left Radio 1. So I was just done at that point. I couldn't let that influence come in. I remember when Shantana did the Power remix, I thought that was his song. I was like, "Bruh, this is a nice track."
He
He's
did
like,
kill
"Yo,
it."
that's Kanye." I was like, "Okay, cool." So to me, I think that people are canceled in categories, but they're not canceled overall. Like I think Kanye can still be a great producer. I think he'll still put out good music.
Kanye
but
got
as far
one
as
of his
like,
records he produced last year is nominated for Rap Album of the Year.
there you go.
Kanye ain't going nowhere.
No, but we're trying to.
Is he
we're
gonna be
trying
at the
to-
award show? Yes.
We're trying to figure out cancel culture.
So
okay.
is cancel culture, is that a race? Like, I mean, is that primarily like black people that are canceling people right now?
At
like,
times it's black and I would say LGBT. It's people of color.
It's a mafia, basically.
Yeah.
Canceling people.
So if you
Yeah.
talk about Beyonce, you cancel. If you talk
But
about
Beehive will
We know
cancel
that
you.
for sure.
Yeah.
We've
What you
done
mean?
that and gotten dropped.
you talked about if you talk about Beyonce and you say something bad about her, or whatever. If you're a celebrity, you're done.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her fan base is that strong.
Oh, you mean so the Beehive will cancel?
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the
mafia
Beehive is
can
almost
cancel
a lot
you.
of people. It's
And the
millions of
Beehive
people.
is also executives and record producers and decision makers.
But y'all gotta know that if something comes out about Beyonce doing something like crazy inappropriate, the Beehive will cancel Beyonce.
Some did
No,
come
no,
out
I
about
was gonna say
Beyonce
something
recently,
did.
and it just went
But
on
how
the
bad
racks.
was it?
It was pretty
It was
bad.
pretty
What
bad.
she do?
Was it her drummer that said
Yeah.
something about her?
What did the drummer say?
I don't know about this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how bad
We'll
is
talk
it?
about that.
We Google it.
Did she slap him?
No.
Well, I don't know. Like she got
Google it on your phone.
She got to do
Did she
something
slap
ridiculous.
him?
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
But I'm just
don't
saying,
know.
there's certain people. Okay, prime example. Beyonce artist sung "America the Beautiful," and she's watching it and tweeting about it, and people was like, "She not canceled." Like you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you're selective on who you want to cancel and who you don't want.
So you're saying that she sang America. Was that the girl at the Super Bowl?
The two
two
young
young
girls?
girls?
Yeah, they signed to Beyonce's
Chloe
label.
and Halle.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
They sung America the Beautiful.
And it was a caption. It's a picture of Beyonce watching it and saying, "You
They
guys
sung
did great."
it for the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
They sung it for the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But
So
they're not
Beyonce
canceled.
trumped Colin, basically. That's what you're saying. The Hive trumped Colin in that case.
Oh
yeah.
I put it in Google. Beyonce kills or
But see the
Beyonce drama.
the Colin issue,
Beyonce
the
drama.
Colin issue versus like the reason why. So I don't know. Colin can't be canceled because so Beyonce can't cancel Colin. Colin can't cancel
trumped him,
Beyonce. That's what I'm saying. She
basically.
trumped him.
Yeah.
Definitely because her influence is greater. And her influence doesn't just deal with African Americans; it deals with everybody.
No, but I think what happened is I was reading comments and they were saying, well, she did Black Panther, not Black Panther. She did a salute to the Black Panthers in one of the Super Bowls when she did with Bruno and Coldplay. So it was like she good. You know what I mean? We know where she stands at. I guess that's what it is. So I guess what it is to not be canceled, you got to think like everybody else.
It's a mess.
You gotta talk like everybody else. You have to have group mindset.
So Beyonce apparently
Still holding on.
the former drummer accuses her of extreme witchcraft and says she molested her with the witchcraft.
All right. All right. Cutting this segment out now.
You think that'll get us dropped? I'm not sure.
Listen. No lie. We have
Beyonce got
already been
strong,
dropped
fam.
for talking about Beyonce from a network of stations. We have been dropped for talking about
What?
Beyonce.
just
That is
talked about
like
it.
talk.
Yeah, it
So we know
From
that
like
it
talking
really
bad
exists.
about Beyonce?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Hive is real.
Yo, the Hive is real.
So
the Hive,
it is
they
absolutely,
got the
and
Christian
that's what I'm
version of
saying.
the Hive,
That's
and
what I'm
then
saying.
they got
Look,
the
The
secular version of
Hive, the Hive is record producers. The Hive is radio
Radio
stations. It's
stations,
TV stations. It's executives. It's investors. It's venture capitalists. Like this, it's real out there.
Yeah, I believe
that
you.
happens.
I believe you 100%. What I'm saying is that according
right.
to the grapevine, right? According to the grapevine, right?
Mhm.
Then this is something that Beyonce has been accused of. So Beyonce allegedly has done something with extreme witchcraft.
Yeah, allegations
right?
don't work anymore. They don't hold people to accountability.
It depends
anymore.
on who the
But
person
all I'm saying is,
allegation
that this dropped in September though, right? So
And
now-
it went
never
under
heard
the
of it,
rug.
so it went under
yeah,
the
but
rug.
if it happened in September, and then what is it? It's extreme witchcraft. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
That needs to be
You
fully
probably gotta read the
explained.
story.
Be a
Yeah, I
fly
got-
on the
like,
wall.
All that has to be okay. Anyway, I'm not scared of the Beehive. Are you?
No.
Yeah, so whatever.
All right.
But you have nothing to gain though right now.
Me?
Like
I'm
what
rich and fit.
Dang.
I know, but what I'm saying, no, you have nothing to gain. You have
Nothing to lose.
nothing to lose. That's what I meant to say.
Dang.
I don't.
Just completely.
No, because if
trashed your
somebody,
career.
if you, where you are right now, if somebody was like, yo, Rick Sincere,
Said
this
something
dude said something about Beyonce, they gonna be like, who is Rick Sincere?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't know why you get mad. I'm just using.
No,
that
I'm not
as an
mad.
example.
I'm not
okay.
mad.
Okay.
I'm saying what you're saying is cool. Like it's
Yeah.
true.
Y'all
I have
are
nothing to
wild.
lose, but at the same time, like I still, I guess.
But
myself
if you
to
try,
lose,
if
I
you
don't
try
care.
to do something, and somebody's like, ain't that the guy that said something bad about Beyonce? No.
Yeah.
So later
That's true.
on in my life,
This
right?
clip
Yeah.
could pop up.
This
Yeah.
clip could pop up.
Maybe worse than the drought.
The next job you apply for is not gonna happen, bro.
All right, well look, Beehive, check it out. So
All right. You're in the field with the track stars. Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
get it a Beehive. What I'm scared for?
Do you know that we are a full-fledged media company and we're here for people like you? We can do mixing, we can do mastering of your song, we can get you an album cover, design your website, do your music video. Yeah, we do all of that stuff. So send us your information right now. Contact us at trackstarz.com and let us help you get out there. Let's go.
This that throwback song of the day.
Oh boy. I refuse to be on E. I refuse to be on E.
watching y'all ball. I choose to move and the Almighty's calling. Streets so mean, so I reach for the.
I tell you what, I'll talk about the Beehive before I talk about LGBTQ.
You
You're gonna
should be
get fired.
standing
You're gonna
either.
get fired from your job talking about the Beehive, but you would definitely get fired from your job. Talking
I tell you what, you can get fired from your job for offending members of the. I mean,
no,
for saying something
about the LGBTQ.
It depends on what you say.
It's getting to the same level of depicting a photo of Muhammad.
That's true.
A picture of Muhammad.
No. It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. You don't even have to be offensive. You just have to breathe the raw. You have to breathe a phrase that sounds offensive. You don't have to actually be offensive. You have to sound like it.
I'm not letting this stuff bother me, man.
Of course, but you're a Dr. Rick already. Some of us still gotta get there.
Hey, yo, when you go to school on Monday and somebody comes to you like, sir, we need to talk to you real quick.
Yeah. We heard reports that you know you said something offensive about Beyonce. Is this true? I feel like.
Have you ever seen that SNL skit about the Beehive?
Yeah.
That's real, bro.
Man.
So
you know that's why 106 & Park don't come on no more, right?
No, are you serious?
Yeah, that's why.
What they do?
They said something about Beyonce and they got shut down the next day.
Oh, they said something about Blue Ivory.
Oh yeah, they said something about the kid. Yeah.
What's
up?
up?
Yeah, of course.
The
That's
next
crazy.
Day,
What happened?
106 & Park got canceled.
You talking about when they rebooted it? That one or the first?
You said they say something offensive about
it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When Bow Wow was on it, or the one AJ
I
and Free?
think it was
AJ and Free.
This was after the reboot. This was when the reboot got canceled.
When DC Fly was on there?
No, babe, that's
Oh, that's
that's
this,
TRL.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, they got canceled because of that.
Wow.
Hard.
Yo,
And that's like a revenue. That was like the show people went to the ET for.
Yo,
Right, goodbye.
either she molested the girl through extreme witchcraft, or she did not.
That just sounds like an extreme story.
It
But I
does.
feel
Like, how do I prove or disprove you use extreme witchcraft on me?
Whoa.
How do I prove or disprove that?
Karachi
Scientifically,
this
you
is
can't.
Blue Ivy's hair on 106 & Park.
Karuchi. Oh, who?
Karuchi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Blue
And then you
Ivy's
see it
hair
get
on
canceled the next day.
That was stupid.
The next day, it was gone.
Oh God.
Because you gotta remember, like a lot of these companies, like they have pieces of them. They actually own some of these places.
You right.
That you're talking about.
You
Of course,
right.
they can take you
I
off
gotta
because
read this article. I
They
gotta
just,
figure out how
they just
she
say
used
take them
extreme
off or you
witchcraft
fired.
to molest
The person gonna do what they gotta do. The person.
That's crazy.
It's like having your music on title and then say something bad about any of them. It's just like, okay, they own the platform you're using to make your money. Goodbye. Like,
Crazy.
So what should we do? All fear might of Beyonce? Like what's the situation?
it ain't nothing like that. It's just a matter of understanding
Then
what
what
your
is
platform
it?
is. Because here's the thing, right? There's one thing to say something and to have an opinion. It's another thing to say something and have an opinion on records.
Oh, Beyonce murdered this woman's kitten.
What a kitten.
Allegedly. Thompson also reportedly alleged that Beyonce murdered her kitten.
Where is that coming from?
What are you talking about?
Grapevine.com.
You have earpods in your
It's time to go?
Yeah, about to hit.
Alright, it's line for line.
Line for line.
Alright.
Somebody got a pen.
There's one over
Beyonce.
Oh, that brother talk, man.
Yeah. But yeah,
Is this real?
no.
No.
It says on the
Right,
front of the paper.
right. Thank you, brother.
If you gotta fake something with that, you go to jail.
That can fade it.
The field with my peoples, Trackstarz. And you know what? Get ready for line for line.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. For all things Trackstarz, visit www.trackstarz.com. Know that we are also a 2-hour full radio show syndicated to several different stations across the country and worldwide. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at Trackstarz, Twitter at Trackstarz, like the Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. What you got for us, Jeremiah?
Yeah, man, it's line for line time. Let's get it. All right, man, yo. This is going to be legendary. This is a throwback one. We're doing a throwback line for line. In this one corner, we got arguably one of the greatest producers of hip-hop of all time. Dr. Dre is in one corner.
Whoa.
Compton's in the building.
Whoa.
And while we still in California, we just gonna go north in California to the Bay Area. And in the Bay Area is probably one of the pioneers of Christian hip hop, I would say, of the 90s Christian hip hop scene. His name is T-Bone. So we're about to get this thing going.
Wow.
A line for line time. This is a throwback one. And I just started doing it. I actually was going to try to do it because Chris Bouchard was going to come in and we was going to talk to him last week. So I was going to love to do it. I had this one ready, so I was like, let's just do this. So, okay. The views and opinions of the Trackstarz Universe are not the views and opinions of the artist, the label, producer, and others. If this offends you, you feel like we shouldn't be doing this, please press stop now. If you feel we're promoting mainstream artists on Trackstarz, press stop right now. We try not to do the same artists over and over. If you're a person who only listen to Christian artists and this ain't your cup of tea, then we got a topic, noteworthy, dissect with your name on it. T-Bone is not the Christian version of anybody. It's just a bit. Oh, also, I know somebody asked about Snoop and T-Bone. We did that a couple years ago when we was no live videos. It was actual pictures. So, but we've done that before. So here we go, man. We're gonna get this thing going. We're gonna start off with I'll say we start off with T-Bone first. This song is called well hold on. I'm sorry, I went blank. Yeah, okay. This song is called Demon Executor. Here we go. We're gonna start it.
Who got demons and beans on his plate for supper? I be the nuttiest one in the whole clan with Mac 10, switchblades and Bibles held in both hands. Yes, I am the cyclist, looniest, craziest demon killer within the California mile radius. Chick, like cock, ready to drop demons anywhere. I don't care, pistols in the air, ready to flare. I ain't in the set tripping, blood crippin'. Instead, I'm in the Mormon and satanic Bible ripping, lyrically flipping lyrics like a quarter in the air. Call it heads or tails from the hood up to no good. It's the demon body chocker, the mic stocker.
That was Demon Executor T-Bone. This is Dr. Dre. Keep them heads ringing.
Saying to leave blood stains, so don't complain, just chill. Listen to the beats I spill, keeping it real enables me to make another meal. Still, run up and try to kill it will, but get popped like a pimple. So call me Clearasil, I wipe off the face of the earth since birth. I've been up at. Now let me tell you what I'm worth. More than a stealth bomber, I cause drama, the enforcer. Music floats like a flying saucer on a 747 jet. Never forget, I'm that keeps the mic.
That was Dr. Dre. Keep them heads ringing. Demon Executor T-Bone. Who y'all going with?
All right, we'll start with you, Maya.
I'm gonna go with T-Bone on that one.
Okay. I'm thinking. Okay, Rick.
Let me see. I gotta go with Dre. Absolutely.
Okay, Trey. T-Bone. Oh, I'm gonna go Dre. Go Dre. Jeremiah, it's on you.
I'm going T-Bone.
Man, what we looking like online?
Hard to tell. T-Bone? T-Bone.
Is T-Bone online? Awesome.
T-Bone online.
Then T-Bone has that one as 1-0 T-Bone going into the second round.
All right. You said we're going to the second, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are people still voting? Because I'm still seeing people vote.
Is everybody saying T-Bone? So Dre got one vote online.
Dre has one vote.
All right. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with Dre. The next episode.
You know I'm mobbing with the D-O-double-G. Straight off the CBT. King of the beach, you ride to him in your fleet. Look, the field rolling on dubs. How you feel? Whoop-de-whoop. What? Dre and Snoop down in the lag. With Doc in the back, sipping on in the dipping through hoods. Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood. South Central out to the west side. This California love. This California got a gang of pub. I'm on.
All right, that was the next episode, Dr. Dre. This is T-Bone, nothing to something.
Talking nonsense, coming back. Talking fast, but I'm back and better than before. With more roaring 44s for war. When demons want to settle the score. Ready to tour every state and city. From here to Italy, lyrically, I'm like a grizzly. Visually, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. No corn braids, just the heart of the line mixed with the Holy Ghost and fire. Eyes of a tiger, West Coast rider, making them seas retire. In a voice that's more vicious
All right, that was Nothing to Something. T-Bone versus the next episode. Dre, who y'all going with?
Start out with you, Trey. Scott.
I'm going to go Dr. Dre on that one.
Dr. Dre. Maya.
I got Dre on that one too.
I'm gonna go Dre on that one. Rick.
Dre.
Okay. Online. Online has Dre. Looks like. What you got, Jeremiah?
He does kill demons, Prophet Josiah. He's a demon executor. I am going to go Dr. Dre.
All right. What we looking like online?
Still Dre online. Yeah. Well, it's moving a little bit. Still see more Dre than anything, though.
Doesn't matter. It is a wash for Dr. Dre. So Dr. Dre wins that round. It is a 1-1 battle going into the third round.
All right, here we go. We're going to start off with T-Bone. Ride with me.
Can't stop making saucy gospel hip hop. Finna do this to the day that I drop like Tupac. Who do you believe in? I put my faith in God, blessed to be breathing, preaching to the heathen, walking them demons. Oh, what a feeling! Got the crowd screaming, dancing on the ceiling. So hate if you wanna, man. Say what you say, but gospel rap without bone is like LA without a Dr. Dre. A sway without tech, catching wreck all these California streets without a ghetto vet. It ain't happening. Bibles, I'm still packing them and checking demons with them 44.
All right, that was T-Bone. Ride with me. This is Dr. Dre. Dre Day.
Grew up with, don't even respect you. That's why it's time for the doctor to check yo. Hugger used to be my homie, used to be my ace. Now I wanna slap the taste out your mouth. Bow down to the rope. Me now, you oh, don't think I forgot. Let you slide. Let me ride, just another homicide. Yeah, it's me, so I'ma talk on. Stomping on the easiest streets that you can walk on. So strap on your Compton hat, your lokes, and watch your back.
All right, that was Blank with Dre Day. Dr. Dre, ride with me. T-Bone, who y'all going with?
Trey.
I'm going to go with T-Bone now.
So the interesting thing about that is I feel like there's a serious bias because everybody is like familiar with all these Dre songs, right? So I'm just like gonna throw that out there. But
no,
Maya,
real talk. I don't think the bias is gonna affect this round. Watch.
T-Bone.
Watch.
I don't know all these Dre songs.
Running.
I'm going Dre.
That's why you said that.
Right. Now watch. Now I feel you, but I'm going T-Bone.
Yeah, I just want to point out, like, this is the first line for line ever where I have not voted Christian yet. Like, this is kind of scary.
Because this is your era. That's what that
in
is.
third round, like.
Yeah, but
from your BC days.
But wait though. Watch it. Watch how this one plays out. I'm telling you, watch. Go for it.
I'm gonna say Bone.
Man, online T-Bone.
Yeah, I told you. So look, it was clear. It was clear.
Bone,
now
bone, bone.
Look, when we get that battle, that's mine. Does that make sense? Anyway,
So what's crazy to me, right, is the fact that
you thought Dre was gonna win that round.
I
didn't
thought
you?
Dre was gonna win.
Yeah,
because
he did not.
Because
That's a
there's so
classic
much
song.
controversy around that song. Like, that was the song
Yeah.
where he made fun of Eazy-E.
Yeah.
It was brought up in
Eazy-E.
the movie.
Yeah, but nobody cared. Especially during the voting process, I thought it was a clear one for T-Bone in using that voice he used in that particular joint. Like it felt kind of Snoopish, right?
did.
Like it felt kind of Snoopish. He had a great vibe, and then they had the like stuff playing in the background. Like I loved his production on that one, and the way he approached it. So everybody went T-Bone that one. So T-Bone easily wins round 3.
Everyone except.
Yeah, everyone except Ryan. And because I thought what you thought, that's why I'm saying I understand you. But either way, all right. So it is an easy round for T-Bone. It's 2-1 going into the fourth round for T-Bone.
All right, here we go. Wait. Okay. I don't know.
6-1.
Okay.
Dre round.
No, Damien said my bad. I meant to say Bone 6-1. Okay. So we're going to start off with Dr. Dre, still DRE.
The last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, me and Snoop, we dipping again. Kept my ear to the streets, signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week. Still, I stay close to the heat. And even when I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet. My life's like a soundtrack, I wrote to the beat. Street rap like Cali weed, I smoke till I'm sleep. Wake up in the AM, compose a beat. I bring the fire till you're soaking in your seat. It's not a fluke, it's been tried, I'm the truth. Since turn out the lights from the world class.
That was Dr. Dre, still DRE. This is T-Bone, still preaching.
Coming straight from the West Coast killing field. It's the bone. Corleone pimp and keep it real. Y'all know the deal. Corn braids and a thug appeal. Street slang make the hits that the thugs feel. Demons guard your grill. When they get my scope aimed and I shoot the kill. And haters jealous cause I'm stacking $100 bills. Platinum crushed ice and it's all real. Gospel hip hop got it like steel. Who you think it was? Sprinkled the game with West Coast gospel rap plus a brim and a cane. Street slang and the message that they couldn't contain. Taught you about the street.
All right, that was T-Bone, still preaching versus DRE. Dr. Dre, where y'all going?
What you got, Trey?
I got T-Bone.
Got T-Bone.
Boom, 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 boom.
I need to big up my husband because that was a dope matchup.
It was.
Yeah.
Let me say. I'm gonna go T-Bone. I'm gonna go T-Bone.
I'm gonna go T-Bone on that.
Whoa!
Yeah, had to get one in there.
I'm shocked by that.
What?
I'm shocked by that.
I just didn't like Still Dre as a song. The lyrics or I like the beat either.
I thought the production was phenomenal on the Dre track. Honestly, almost,
I don't like.
You know the interesting thing about the Dr. Dre song? Jay-Z wrote it.
I heard that.
Oh, for real?
Somebody just put that on. Somebody just put that on.
Yeah, I mean,
YouTube.
He killed. So I'm going now. I initially went Dre, and then I heard the T-Bone joint. And I kind of like scratched that out, but I'm going back to Dre. I feel like that production is just undeniable.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I will say the production is undeniable, but I just love that T-Bone record. So, yeah.
Okay.
So it looked like T-Bone and the toss online. So I guess that goes to T-Bone. That goes to T-Bone.
She said 5 T-Bones.
5 T-Bone
steaks. 5 T-Bone steaks. Does it?
All right.
T-Bone got it. 3-1.
The people who watch this later online are gonna have a problem with that round.
Probably so.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready?
We good? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Let's make sure we know what it is. It's a 5-1 round for T-Bone. T-Bone wins that round. He is now ahead 3-1. Dre with only the possibility of tying the battle with the next 2 rounds.
All right, here we go. We're gonna go T-Bone first this time. Turn this up.
He's in the hood, they be feeding for something that they can believe in. Ain't no reason not to play it loud. Crank it, partner, make me ghetto people scream and shout. Play it loud while I rap this. Show everybody how we be doing it when we be chilling on the west side. When we cruising, we turn the volume on sky high. Pump the bass so you can feel the vibe. Now let me show you how we do it in the SCA where the Bloods and the Crips play with AKs and SAs. From LA, get tattoos and gangs in the essays. Come on, crank this jam in the E-class with the 20-inch rims and the wood grain dash. White leather with the DVD. TVs play it loud in the SUV.
I'm sorry, that was T-Bone. Turn this up. That's though the funny part is y'all was like the total opposite. So that's T-Bone. Turn this up. Dre, forgot about Dre.
Y'all know me, same OG, but I've been low key. Hated on by most these with no cheese, no deals and no G's, no wheels and no keys, no boats, no snowmobiles and no skis. Mad at me cause I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Got a crib with a studio and it's all full of tracks to add to the wall full of plaques. Hanging up in the office and back of my house like trophies. Did y'all think I'ma let my dough freeze? Please, you better bow down on both knees. Who you think taught you trees? Who you think brought you the ODs?
All right, that was Dr. Dre. Forgot about Dre versus Turn This Up, T-Bone. Who y'all going with?
Man, it took me back. Go ahead, Trey.
Toss.
I got Dre on that one.
I was just not feeling the T-Bone hook.
Okay.
But then also that's a classic Dre song, so that was kind of easy for me. So I'm gonna go Dre.
Mm-hmm. I love the T-Bone joints. I only hated the
I didn't like
whatever those like. It's like a whatever that was.
But the funny part was you didn't like it, but he liked it.
Oh, for real? You love that?
He was over there like.
Yeah. Whenever he like, look, if it would have been just straight by itself without the voices, it would have been stupid.
Yeah.
Because the way he was rapping in between was dumb. I was like, oh, this is crazy. But every time he was like,
It probably fit for the 90s too. You know.
Maybe that was the 2000s.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. I'm sorry.
But yo,
I'm
real
sorry.
talk,
Never
if
mind.
that wasn't happening, that would have been classic to me. It would have been an easy win. At the same time, it's not, and I feel like Dre got that one on my end. What you got?
Dre. I got Dre too.
Yeah.
On line 8-1, Dre.
Somebody didn't vote. It's 5 of us in here.
No. He tossed.
Oh, tossed. Okay.
Yeah, he tossed. I got you covered, brother.
Okay.
I'm here with it. So, Dre wins that round easily, 5-0 over here. I think we have, what is it, Dre online? So that's a 6-0 win for Dre. It is a 2-3 battle. Yeah, it could possibly be one of those battles where we go into a round 7.
Yeah,
I think our DJs found a great way to get parity every single time now. Does that make sense? Like every single time we're in a close or tight knit battle.
On the edge of your seat.
Yeah. Let's see what happens in round 6.
All right, here we go. We're going to start off with Dr. Dre. Nothing but a G thing.
Oh.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping, but I think I caught cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before. With a producer who can rap and control the maestro. At the same time with the dope rhyme that I kick. You know and I know I flow some more funky. To add to my collection, this selection symbolizes dope. Take a toke, but don't choke. If you do, you have no clue of what me and my homie Snoop Dogg came to do.
All right, that was Dr. Dre, Nothing But a G Thing. Here's T-Bone, Life After Death.
Wait till the day I finally see him face to face. Up in the heavenlies where there's no jealousies, pain, grief, sorrow, or sickness, and tears of sadness will be gone with the quickness. Get this, while there's still time, cause when the Lord returns, I'm gone in the twinkling of an eye. Many people haven't made that wise choice, so take heed as the Lord speaks through my voice and offers eternal life to the young and the old, from the big fat mansions to the streets of gold. So before you're 6 feet under and you take your last breath, think twice, because there's still life after death.
All right, that was T-Bone, Life After Death, Nothing But a G Thing. Dr. Dre, are we going in line 7 or T-Bone will take it? What y'all got?
Dre.
I got T-Bone.
T-Bone.
I got T-Bone too.
So there is a serious issue with me and the Dre song, right? That is the first rap song I ever heard, and the first rap song I ever heard with explicit lyrics. I was in the 5th grade, and somebody had an older brother, brought that CD to school, and it was a rap. Like, that was when I was like, oh, snap.
Oh, the
this is
tainting
thing.
of a mind.
It was the tainting of a mind, yeah.
That
Yeah.
song?
That song.
What grade?
Sorry.
The Chronic album. Like, I
That's
was like...
92.
It is 92.
Nah, I'm talking about...
That album did come out in 92.
No. Oh, well,
did,
yeah,
the
I was
Chronic?
I was in school then. That was around time I was in 5th grade.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's right.
No.
That wasn't on the Dogfather?
No, that was the Chronic.
That was the Chronic? My bad.
Let me see.
Yeah, I was in like I was in elementary school when that happened. So yeah.
I graduated elementary school in 93, so yeah.
Yeah. So that's right. And so to me, like, that was a classic, and I remember what it felt like when I first heard cuss words, like, on a major level.
It was dope, right?
It was terrifying.
Word.
Because I was like, my ears,
was
they're
cringe.
burning. Yeah, it made me cringe. And so then I went on to work for 107.9. It's crazy, right? But yeah, so I'm going to go Dre on that just because of the nostalgia alone. Like, that's just...
Yeah, nostalgia gets you.
yeah, it's what Elevators does.
I'm going to go with Dre, not because of nostalgia, but just because I thought it was a better track overall, right? I thought the track was just better. I did like, I want to say production-wise for T-Bone, it's good. It's always good production, but it's really tough to beat Dre production. So I'm going to go Dre on that one. What you got? Dre?
Online was Dre too.
Online was Dre. Then we are going into that infamous, awesome, and ridiculously
We
great
are.
all the time round 7.
You've done it
So,
again.
yeah, he's done it again. And I tell people, wait. No matter how you feel about the early parts of the battle, it will even out. And so now it's where we are. We're at 3-3, headed to a round 7. And remember the rules for round 7. There are no tosses. So, right, there's no toss for round 7. You have to listen and vote. So if you're online, please, do the same thing. I know you don't have to look at anybody, right? But we can see you, so don't toss, right? Go ahead and vote, right? And let's see what happens in round 7.
All right, here we go. We're going to start off with Dr. Dre. This is Talking to My Diary. Here we go. All right, that was Dr. Dre. Talk to my diary. This is T-Bone. Can I live?
My whole life been the underdog against the odds, back still against the wall. Fighting to represent, in the ring for God. Consciously making records for a different cause. This crab game keep pulling me down, but like Ron Artest, spin on the rebound. And like Roy Jones on pound for pound, spitting a different kind of message over platinum sounds. Get some love and a little respect. Rock your world without giving you sex. Live in peace, man, I paid my dues. You'll never know.
That was Can I Live, and that's the bad feedback, man. Okay, that was Can I Live, T-Bone versus Talking to My Diary, Dr. Dre, round 7. Who y'all going with?
It's interesting. Go ahead, Trey.
I got T-Bone.
I got Dre.
I thought Dre was T-Bone when I first heard it, so I was really confused. And then I heard T-Bone, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm gonna go T-Bone because I thought he was better.
Yeah, I thought T-Bone was better too. I feel like Dre wrote that. Like, you know what I mean? Just, no, listen to his lyrics and listen to like the way he delivered it. Sound like something he wrote as opposed to getting ghostwriters for him. And so I wasn't really feeling him lyrically. But I did love the way he came through extremely clear. Like you can hear his voice very clear, and the production again was great. But at the same time, I got to go T-Bone. I thought the flow was better, lyric, and I love that little under the can I right every time. So I'm rocking with T-Bone on that one for me. What you got?
Dre. The production on Dre was
Mm-hmm, that's what it was.
Yeah, production will get you, man.
Yeah.
All right. So it matters now. It matters, universe. We need your vote. We need to hear from you. We have 5 in the room, right? So it matters what you say. We're looking for the online vote here.
How was MTVM?
I was wondering that too.
How is it getting a response right now? Like, don't you?
Because he got other people have that account too.
Oh, Mr. Mogul. I'm sorry. My bad.
Mr. Mogul.
Mr. Mogul. My bad. Okay. Like
I don't want to talk about it. So we'll talk after.
Okay. All right.
I want to promote myself.
So what's the end game there?
Damien or Camille?
What are we looking like,
final?
guys? It matters. It super matters. If you're online and you are voting, it matters right now. We're close to tied. It will either tie it or win it. So it matters. Let me get it.
It looks like.
Damien said 6-1 T-Bone.
It's 6-1 T-Bone. Then T-Bone wins. So T-Bone wins that
There we
round.
go.
4-2.
I was really hoping.
Overall, T-Bone wins the battle 4-3. I thought great battle. I mean, if you're listening round by round, I thought it was phenomenal matchups. What you guys think?
Yeah, it was definitely a dope matchup. But like I said, you know, it was interesting the way he won because Dre is such a familiar voice to hip hop, and his songs are all like #1 songs that you played.
Yeah.
Right? You just played all his singles and hits, so it's very
He
interesting.
did play all the hits. Yeah.
But shout out to the Kingdom because that's what it's all about. So that's cool. It's great.
Yeah, I would say this. At one time, before I started developing other people, started hearing other people, T-Bone was my introduction to Christian hip hop, and this is like the mid '90s, and his stuff was fire in the mid '90s too. So
yeah,
and I was like, man, so I would say he was in my top 5, and right now he's probably in my top 10 of rappers, period. Not
of
just,
all times, right?
Yeah.
T-Bone was he the first one kind of carrying that torch nationally? Because I remember seeing him on like a movie with Beyonce?
He was on, with Beyonce. Yeah, who was called Fighting Temptation.
Is that okay for me to say with Beyonce? Yeah, he was on. Yes. He was on the show. He was on a movie then, and
then he was on a show called The Cut on MTV with Left Eye was hosting it. And KRS-One was one of the judges on it.
Yeah, so he was the first one kind of carrying that torch, and then he passed the torch on to The Truth, and then The Truth passed it on to Lecrae.
Yeah,
and then Lecrae passed it on to NF. I'm just trying to understand my history.
I don't know.
Lecrae passed it on to Chance.
No, Chance isn't Chance isn't the champion now.
Y'all are really messing up.
How we
messing up everything I tried to put together. Everything I'm trying to put together right now.
No. Craig, no, real talk though.
No, but
overall,
I get what you're saying.
Somebody's been the leading voice of Christian hip hop, right?
Now, just for that mainstream, what you're saying, there's been other people, but from like the people that have been like, yo, I would guess what you're saying is is correct because T-Bone did get the opportunities to be in movies, to be on
Yeah,
television.
yeah, he was the leading voice for us.
And then, like you said, that West Coast sound kind of because Christian hip hop honestly goes by the sounds of what's going on in the mainstream hip hop. So from that West Coast sound dominating to it decreasing to getting to a little bit more southern and the
East Coast, right? With the truth,
like you said, and then the truth with that situation going up to Lecrae,
and which is more south, right?
More southern, and then now. What you're saying is kind of what you said was true, like that torch of not passing the torch, but the next person catching it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
the leading voices, right? So Lecrae's still the leading voice, and F is the leading voice now. That can't be denied.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
is he considered a Christian rapper though?
Yeah, like to a lot of Christians.
He is a rapper that is Christian.
No, to a lot of Christians, he's a leading voice. He's a leading voice.
He's a rapper that's Christian.
Somebody said Cross movement passed it to Lecrae. I can agree with that too.
Cool, I'm cool with that.
Cross movement
I'm cool with that. Like it's been, but it passed at some point.
Yeah.
On to Lecrae, and then from there, right?
Because honestly, a lot of West Coast
and reach.
A lot of West Coast Christian hip hop was popping more in the '90s than other areas, and just from Tunnel Rats, T-Bone, Super Chemist, all these other people were doing that West Coast sounding. Or the Gospel Gangsters, all this stuff, and then it went to the East Coast and stuff like that.
Now I'm asking you, DJ, the two top leading voices in Christian hip hop right now, who?
I'll probably say it's hard because, like what you just said, a lot of people don't consider NF a Christian hip hop artist, so it's hard to say. I would say NF and Lecrae.
That's what I thought.
You know, but some other people could say Lecrae and Andy.
I say, if it's me, I say it's Lecrae and Derek Minor.
I would give a lot of credence to Derek Minor.
Me too.
Absolutely.
I would too. Honestly, I think Derek Minor should be the...
You would minus NF?
Yeah. Derek Minor.
You would minus NF?
You said what?
You would minus NF, so NF wouldn't be?
Yeah, no, I mean, because NF doesn't claim the genre.
Are you canceling NF?
No, I'm not canceling
No, but is he Christian? That's my first thing.
Does
he do hip-hop?
He is a Christian. He does hip-hop.
He does hip-hop?
Yes.
Then bet. He's a guy.
No, unless he's a hip-hop Christian.
Is he a Christian? Is his music
Christ-based?
Is his music Christ-based?
That's the thing. People don't say it isn't.
It is. I haven't, like, when I listen to it,
y'all gonna have to let this be a debate on YouTube and Twitter, because that's, y'all are gonna spark an argument right now, right?
Well, let them argue.
Okay.
Challenge.
So we'll let you guys argue about that, and we'll see you next week. You're in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.